Okay, here we are again. I noticed after the last time when I turned up the music for Mirror B that the background music could have been a little bit louder, so I turned it up by about a decibel a day. Hopefully it doesn't drown me out. I don't think it will. Maybe in the intro here, but after that it should be fine. So we'll watch through the intro, wait a little bit, and then we'll get going. I tell you, early 2000s, mid 2000s animations are wild. There's no way this kid is breathing this hard all the time. That would be no good. I will wait out the music one more time and then I'll turn this on. So, there you go. Hey Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We are just about ready to get started. I said I would wait out the music just one more loop, and it's about halfway through said loop right now, so yeah, once it's done we'll get started. I'll take another drink actually. I just took one, but I'll take another one. Because why not? There we go. Still sick, but otherwise alright. Well, at least that's... I mean... You know, hopefully it's sick but getting better there, Conker, but I'm glad to hear everything else is good to go. Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome as well. Activate the spell card Summon Viewer, which allows me to summon one Twitch viewer monster from my hand. I summon Lifeblood 9 in attack mode. Is this like summoning yourself from your deck? Didn't that happen at one point in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime? I forget. I've only ever watched like season 1, and after that I pretty much fell off the train. I didn't watch it as frequently, but I feel like that happened at one point where they like summoned each other from the deck or something. I don't know. And hello, Marie, as well. How you doing? Welcome. The three of you are here. Let's get started, since I just waited this out by about half, but that's okay. And we're back here, because in the process of going and doing a little bit more capturing with the wild Pokemon and the Pokespots, Voltorb got ready to be purified, so I said, okay, let's just pop back here. I'll do a little messing around with the Purify Chamber with the Pokemon that I caught, and then we'll get moving back to ONBS, because I'm sure that Ned is okay with the fact that I'm waiting so long to go back there, right? No problems could possibly be happening there at the moment. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the stream edition. Last time, we made our jaunt to Pyrite Town after taking care of Area 2 of Mount Battle, and we looked up ONBS to check out the building. They mentioned going to Pokespots while they analyzed the data ROM, and then we went ahead and caught a whole bunch of wild Pokemon. And in the process of catching, I actually caught both the common and the uncommon Pokemon that are available at all three of the spots. And I'm going to pop the spot monitor up on the screen so I can show you. I'm going all in, putting all my eggs in one basket so we can get the rare Pokemon at each spot, because I figure if I put it at all three spots at the moment, it's just going to like cause us to have to interrupt ourselves whenever we're at various other spots doing other things in the story. So I said I'll just stick them all in one spot so we can try to catch the rare Pokemon there. So the Rock Pokespot currently has all the snacks. At the Rock Pokespot, the common capture, I didn't mention the common, uncommon, and rare captures at each of the spots, so I'll mention them now. At the Rock Pokespot, the common capture is a Sandshrew, the uncommon capture is a Gligar, and the rare capture is a Trapinch. So all three ground types, and like I said, ground types are somewhat hard to come by in this one, at least good ones. So you might want to check that place out if you're looking for a ground type for your team. In the Oasis Pokespot, the common capture is a Hoppip, the uncommon capture is a Phanpy, and the rare capture is a Surskit, and I managed to capture Hoppip and Phanpy, didn't capture Surskit yet. Same thing with the Rock Spot, I captured Sandshrew and Gligar, but did not capture Trapinch yet. And at the Cave Pokespot, like I said before, my favorite Pokespot in the game, the common capture is a Zubat, as we saw on screen. The uncommon capture is an Aron, and the rare capture is a Wooper. And if you enter all three of the Pokemon in the Cave Pokespot into a type chart, they do not share any weaknesses with one another. And because of Aron's steel typing, they resist every type in the game, some of them in 2 cases. So like you'll have multiple resistances, at least one resistance to every type in the entire game across all three of them. You could make half a team out of those guys and you'd be perfectly set to go. I'm not going to be doing that, but I did make an addition to my team that I was hoping to catch on screen last time, but ended up catching it off screen because I didn't want to wait. So I went ahead and caught us a little metal baby. So this is our third team member for the game. I've caught an Aron, and we will be evolving my little Kaiju gal across the entire game and using her steel typing to our advantage. Actually, if you catch it at a low enough level, you get a pretty decent moveset out of it as well. You get Metal Claw, which it would have forgotten otherwise, and then you get Headbutt and Mud Slap and Harden, which I replaced for Iron Defense because it's just a straight upgrade. So, yes, this will be our third team member, because after looking at its 3D model in Coliseum, I could not resist adding it to my team in Pokemon XD. I also went ahead and trained it a little bit, because I caught it at like level 14. So I trained it by going back through Mount Battle areas 1 and 2, and I also went back to Dueling Square and fought everyone once each, and that got her up to level 20, which should be plenty. That should be plenty good enough, because the Pokemon we're going to be fighting in the next area are going to be like level 20 at the maximum, so yeah, it should be good. That's why Breloom is up a couple of levels, and why Flareon is practically at the cusp of level 28. So that's all that being said, that's a mouthful, but let's go purify Voltorb while we're here, shall we? Because I have a bunch of chat to reread while this happens. Yubel did summon herself. See, I don't even remember who Yubel is, so I couldn't tell you. Definitely after my time watching it. You got the Sinnoh remakes? Nice, congrats. It's so hard to talk about anything since the games are available from not a ROM as of today. Sister's taking the helm. She's Summer Day F. She's enjoying it, though. There you go. Well, that's pretty good, but hopefully you get to play it yourself pretty soon, so... You have a distinct feeling you'll be getting Shining Pearl, or yeah, is it Shining Pearl? I think, from your sister for Christmas, as we've been talking about the remakes recently, and you commented about if you were to get one version, you'd likely choose SP yourself, while she'd prefer BD. Well, there you go. That'll make sense. Then you've got one each, and you can trade the exclusives around. For Purifying Voltorb, we get back Mirror Coat, and also, I think, Refresh. Yeah, so nothing particularly substantial, but it gets Spark without worrying about that, so yeah. That'll help out. Flygon, also known as the Pokemon that had its name switched with Salamence. Yeah, and I'm still pissed about it. Salamence was such a cool name, and it would have made so much sense, but I guess they didn't want their fancy pseudo-legendary dragon with a name like Flygon. People would have been like, well, that's too basic. Actually, I don't even know if in 2003 that was even in the lexicon as like an insult, so... Flygon is an adult antlion, and antlions are love. Yes, and we used one in the last game, so I said, we'll switch it up for this one. Let's get a kaiju instead. Yeah, the Aaron line is actually one of my favorites as well, Conker, so I can completely understand. I really like their aesthetics overall, and I mean, they learned some pretty good moves, too, so... You prefer Tyranitar as a Gen 2 Titan? Yeah, the Aaron line is Gen 3, yep. So, but Tyranitar I enjoy as well, and actually it's available in this game, so if you chose to play it, you could totally get it. You just need to capture a rare Pokemon at, I think, the Cave Pokespot, and then trade to Duking, and he's got a Larvitar for you, so... Explain that situation to you later if you'd like. Yeah, you can, if you feel like explaining it, feel free to. Just let me know, maybe in a, I don't know, DM or whatever, however you want to do it. What's with everything getting refreshed back in this game? It's just kind of a catch-all, I guess. It's like, well, we don't know what other support move we can give them, so just give them Refresh, whatever. But yeah, Aaron's 3rd gen, yep. I can take a look at the Purify Chamber, by the way, because I made a few little additions to it as well. So let's take a look here. Set 2 is the same as it always was. I replaced Gulpin with a Gligar that I caught. This is not the one that we caught on screen, right? Oh, no, we did. We caught this one on screen because the Rock Pokespot flashed like right before the end of the episode. So, yeah, I replaced it with Gligar, although that'll be moving out of here when we get more normal types, so... See what we can do with it. This one's the same as it was. This one's the same as it was, although I'm probably going to want to, like I said before, replace Spheal with a pure ice type, just so I have the 2 typings that I can use somewhere else later. I stuck Zubat in here. I was thinking about maybe using it for the team for a little bit, but it made a perfect circle with Hoppip and Sandshrew and Fluffy, so I just stuck it in here. So now we have 3 perfects, so we only got 6 more to go. We're 1/3 of the way there. And we have Gulpin and Phanpy at the moment in this set, and I'm going to stick Voltorb in there as well, because why the hell not? Doesn't really matter where it goes, I guess, so just stick it right here for now. But yeah, that should give us a good chunk of synergy for all of our Purified Chamber shenanigans that we're doing. So, let's see. I'll withdraw this one. I think I might take the Focus Band out just so that I have it for Aaron. Also, if you're thinking about using Zubat in your team, it wouldn't be a bad idea to use the Soothe Bell and have it hold it, because it evolves into Crobat by friendship, so the Soothe Bell being a hold item for it would be pretty solid. You don't have to worry about, like, acrobatics and not holding an item in this one, so I'd say use it if you're gonna have a Zubat, because it evolves by happiness, so that'll be good. They were shadowified and they're normal now, so I guess they are refreshed. Yeah, I guess that's a good way of looking at it. Yeah, that makes sense. Thinking about it now, you don't think you've had too many pseudo-legendaries on most of the teams you've made throughout the years. Yeah, me personally, I usually shy away from them, more because of the fact that it takes so long to get them usually in the game. Like, typically you can't get them until much later, Gen 4 being one of the notable exceptions, because you can get a Geibel, like, with, I think, like 2 badges or something, you can get a Geibel, so... I haven't used Garchomp myself in-game. I've used it in competitive, but I haven't used it in-game. But if I was to play through any of the Gen 4 games at any point, I'd probably use one. To be honest, because it's just so easy to get, the typing is so great. Ground Dragon has just got a lot of good coverage, especially when you pair it with the Steel type, so... But anyway, that's taken care of. And like I said, I stuck all our eggs in one basket over here at the Rock Pokespot. But you may also have noticed that when I mentioned I was training Aaron, I also mentioned that I took care of a little bit of battling here at Mount Battle. So I went back and did areas 1 and 2 again, and that got us an additional 500 Poke Coupons. As you can see here, we have 1,000 now, which means we can teach a move back to one of our Pokemon. And I know just the move I want to grab. so we'll go grab it and then we'll go from there. Hey, Frank! Thank you for the raid, my friend. How is the remakes treating you? Appreciate it. That's 5 more viewers. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Playing Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. We just got started. We are on our way back to the ONBS building. And I am teaching Flareon an old move before we do that. And we check out all the data that Net has examined on the data ROM. But yeah, as you may recall from earlier, we can relearn some old moves here with the move teacher, but we need 1,000 Poke Coupons to do it. And, well, I just so happen to have 1,000 now, so let's teach Flareon a new move, shall we? You think you literally trained only one pseudo-legendary in Ultra Moon as a Tyranitar? I mean, that makes sense. Tyranitar's pretty solid, all things considered, so... Usually don't go back and catch the pseudos early enough. Love a Salamence. Too bad Bagon isn't even 30 and you need to get it to 55 on the Gen 3 EXP curve and the rest of your team's already 40 yeah, when you can get it. Yeah, it's a bit of a late addition, that's for sure. Always taken a while to even find the base form for most of them, so you wouldn't use them. Yep. We did get rated. You were watching Frank's stream. Glad to see other people are hunkered down in the underground the day the game comes out. Oh, the underground was always a bit of fun when I messed around on Diamond and Pearl, so... It's your first time witnessing a raid. I don't even know if my... Usually I have a sound effect set on Streamlabs for it. I don't even know if it played. I don't think it did, so... But anyway, I want to get Helping Hand back for Flareon, so we're going to grab that right now. But before we do that, we have to delete an old move using the move deleter. So they'll actually... It's essentially just, hey, do you want to forget an old move? But it's a little bit more, like, advanced, I guess. They have the move deleter delete the move, and then the move teacher teaches you the move. So we'll get rid of Tail Whip, we'll get Helping Hand, and that will help us out quite a bit with this double battle shenanigans that we've got going here. And there you go. Easy as that. The remakes are just like the originals, but they just work better and aren't as slow, so you're having fun, especially with the remade songs. That sounds cool there, Frank. It's good to hear. Like I said before, my personal take on Diamond and Pearl and Platinum was that they weren't my favorite generation, but it's cool to hear that they have, like... They're pretty much, like, keeping them true to the originals while also fixing some of the small things, you know what I mean? Like, they just work better, like you said, so... No, I don't have any Poke Coupons left, so I don't think I'm going to grab these, but, you know. I'll be good, thank you, Move Teacher. And off we go. We got Helping Hand, let's go check in at ONVS. You just saw you just saw it in chat. Okay, I see. Found a nice emote for this. Yeah, the raid axe, is that what that is? It looks like a little pickaxe. It's cool. You've used Metagross and Komo-o, and that's about it as far as pseudo-legendaries go. Yeah. Which one could you get Metagross in early? Was that in, like, Black and White 2, I think? I forget. It's been a while. Even with your nostalgia glasses on, Shining Pearl is treating well. There's some early AF Pokemon to catch now. Nice. That's cool. So did they, like, open up the Pokédex at all, or is it the same as it was in, like, say, Platinum, maybe? Or I guess it could be the same as in Diamond and Pearl, but... I don't know, I liked the Platinum Pokédex a little better because it had all of the new evolutions and stuff. Where's the bouncer? He was outside a little bit ago. Huh. Well, I don't know what he's up to, but, you know. Yeah, Frank, go get yourself some food. You've been streaming for like 8 hours, so go get yourself some food, my friend. Appreciate the raid. Thanks for coming. So, no, it's not the same. That's the most you'll say, though. Okay, gotcha. Well, that's cool. Alright, let's see what happened to the bouncer here, because I'm getting a bad feeling. Oh, that's a bad feeling. What kind of trouble? Oh, that's not good. Probably Cypher again. They're trying to take over the news station. Hang on, Shroomish. You stay here and keep the front door guarded. I'll make sure no one escapes. Nobody takes over my news station and gets away with it. Oh, hello there. No, I'm definitely going this way, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Take that guy's lunch money. He's way overdue for that. Yeah, fair enough. I think Metagross was either an Omega Ruby or a randomizer in an Emerald ROM. Oh, okay, nice. That's cool. I'm not gonna get some milk. Why are they always on the ceiling? Maybe they've got, like, I don't know, suction cups or something in their armor. Something fancy to make it easier to scale buildings. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't have an answer, unfortunately. I do know that this is 2 water types, though, so this might go a little bit badly for us. Let's get rid of the Barboach first, because, I don't know, it's got a ground type move, so I feel like it's the bigger threat. There we go. Easy as that. And now we can let Erin do her best, because she always does her best. It probably won't KO the Carvanha, but it'll come close. But yeah, like I said, Erin's steel typing allows it to resist a lot of moves. Even if they're on her weaker special side, she can resist them pretty easily. Okay, well, there goes the Carvanha. Good. Good job, Erin. We'll probably have to use a few healing items, but to be fair, the healing items are right outside, so we can get some more. Ooh, nice. I got 3 special attack out of that level for Flareon. Cool. Pulls a level 100, whatever. Oh, that would suck, yeah. I would not have a good time. So. It's not necessary. They took over the building. Why would you go for stealth to be extra? Something like that. They do like being a little over the top sometimes. Attack people who try to stop them, like, I don't know, us. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I guess they could just be guarding the hallway, but why do that when you can be so much more over the top? Until Gen 6, when they nerfed Metagross by making Steel no longer resist Dark or Ghost. Yeah, they did do that. I don't know, Steel was pretty definitive as the defensive meta-typing until Gen 6 changed that, so I guess it doesn't matter too much to me personally, but it's, you know, it is what it is. It made Steel a little bit worse, I guess. I'll make sure I take advantage of the Steel typing for any of the Gen 5 games we play, though, just so that way we, you know, can use it and abuse it until they take it away from me again, so. Yeah, I've seen her around. It sucks that they grabbed her, though. Oh, okay, they must be upstairs. Well, you guys hang out down here, try to bunker down until the whole building is safe, and I'll see what I can do about getting her back. You know, they do have cameras in here, and they might actually be rolling right now. Yeah, so are you, and you're on national television. So what's that say about you? Now you can just Shadow Punch a Metagross or Phantom Force, yeah, for sure. Just beat the hell out of it. The Sharp enjoyed that change as the sole Steel type on that change. Yeah, because it still had a resistance to Dark and Ghost because it had that secondary Dark typing, so yeah, it was like, man, what change? I don't even care. So, alright, we got an Electrike, we got a Corphish. Will Mega Drain KO Corphish? I mean, I'm at level 27. I would imagine Mega Drain would KO a Corphish. So, we'll do a Mud Slap. It'll do like a third, and that'll be it. But that's okay. I don't think I've ever been this over-leveled for this area, to be honest. Usually I have a few more Pokemon for my team by this point, but I decided to pick up a few of them later this time. So, I'm usually like around level 23 or 24 with about 4 or 5 team members by now, but yeah, well, I guess, you know, you pick them up a little later, the experience just gets funneled to certain people, so. That did more than a third, nice. Okay, we got a Grimer, so I guess you're going to knock out the Electrike there, Breloom, because Erin's going to have to do her best to take this guy out. Excuse me. Hopefully I don't get staticked too badly. If I do, I've got 4 or 5 Paralyze heals, so. Excuse me. I didn't rinse my mouth out with the baking soda combo yet, so we'll have to, maybe I'll have to do that later if I take a break. No, I don't think I need counter, thank you. I don't think we're really going to be changing Breloom's moveset up much at all for the rest of this playthrough, so. We'll switch up False Swipe when we don't need it anymore, and probably we'll switch out Stun Spore as well in a little while, but. Yeah, other than that, and I guess Giga Drain too, but the moveset in general will remain pretty much the same for the rest of this stream, so. Alright, Grimer is hardening up, so that's fun. I'm just going to use my strongest stab move because it's fine. It does pretty good damage, even through that. Yeah, see? Funny how strong Bisharp is in competitive. Yeah, and definitely its ability helps it out for that too, because it's got good typing, it's got good moves, it's very physically strong, gets access to Sucker Punch if I remember right. And it has that Defiant ability, which raises its attack by 2 stages whenever it gets a stat reduction. So you can switch it in on like Sticky Web, or you can switch it in on a stat reduction move, and all of a sudden it has +2 attack, and it's even scarier than before, so it's pretty strong. It's pretty damn strong. Yeah, well, I'll take care of them as they come. Well, don't be scared now. Once we get them out of the building, you'll be good. You're welcome. Don't think so. Once the authorities get here, they'll help me out with this, I'm sure. I wonder what the police chief and Officer Johnson are doing right now, since they're not here to help me. Seems like a bit of a misstep in their plan. Alright, so let's save just because. And then we'll move from there. Yeah, so if you have something that has Intimidate and they switch in on a Bisharp, it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm screwed because now it's at +1. What the hell? You were on the ceiling of the elevator? Oh, okay, so I guess maybe they don't have suction cups or anything. They just do it for the hell of it. They do it because they demand respect from their opponents. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat, Cypher Peon Torkin. Yeah, it is some fine typing there, yeah. It's okay. I knew what you meant. You're good. Alright, Kecleon and Surskit. I definitely switched Breloom out at the wrong time, because Kecleon would not like anything about that, so we'll be alright. It's okay. Let's see. How about we try to get rid of Surskit if we can? I'm actually going to call Aaron to raise its accuracy 1 stage, because Metal Claw has a nasty side effect of only having 95% accuracy, so I'd rather avoid that if I can. I love Erin's little smug holding her head up when she comes back from getting damaged. It's so great. She has so much personality. It's fantastic. Like, look at, hang on, watch. Right there. She's so proud of herself. I'm so proud of her. Alright, let's get rid of the Surskit. We'll Metal Claw the Kecleon so it's weak to fire, and then we'll blast it with an Ember next turn. And that should work pretty good in our favor. Oh, Makuhita. Boy, this is a blast from the past, especially since it's a Shadow Makuhita. Yeah, it gets a little bit of an advantage because it's a Shadow Pokemon in both games. In this one, it gets a little bit more coverage as well when you purify it. I believe it gets Rock Tomb by purifying, so that's not too bad for it. It gives it a little bit of additional coverage. I think it also gets Brick Break, so if you want to use that on somebody else, the TM that is, you can. So that's not bad. Have I ever seen an Aaron from below? I have not, but I would imagine it looks an awful lot like a beetle from below, like it's just the legs and soft underbelly, you know? So. I have seen a Kabuto from below, though, and that's a little scary. Actually, I'm going to Iron Defense, because if Makuhita blasts us with a physical attack, it might hurt a little, so... Actually, I was thinking that it had a fighting type attack, and it does not at the moment, so... It just has shadow moves. But it's probably good to get into practice anyway, right now, in case I decide for some godforsaken reason to leave Aaron in on a fighting type. When is that going to happen? So Roar wouldn't be too bad. It forces the opponent to switch out if they have a spare Pokemon in reserve, but I don't have entry hazards, so I don't think I'm going to learn it. I'll keep what I got. Alright, so I'm probably going to want to heal you next turn. Maybe get a Mud Slap off as well. Well, with the Iron Defense, I should be okay for a little bit, because that did, like, what, 6 damage, something like that. But let's get Breloom in here as well, so I can paralyze it, and then we can catch it. I'll get a Mud Slap off, it's fine. Once I do that, I can just False Swipe it, so... You don't have to worry about Shadow Rush doing recoil damage in this one. They definitely learned their lesson after last time, so... Maybe didn't pay attention to the shape. It's just that Erins have a smile on their head, which you can only see from below. Yeah, her mouth is underneath the little plate on her face there, yeah. So I don't know if it's actually her mouth or if it's just like an opening where her mouth would be. The shape underneath Erin's head is probably as hotly contested as Cubone's head shape, so yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah, it's there. I did notice that, though. You are correct. It's something you'll see when she looks up after she takes some damage. So, Breloom, let's get your accuracy up so you can hit your stun spore, and then we'll go from there. Like what Lifeblood's talking about if this happens. So take a look underneath the carapace right now. See, there you go. There's that little line underneath. So that's what he's chatting about. Get another Mud Slap off just to reduce a little more accuracy. I don't usually like resorting to Mud Slap, but in the early game of Pokemon XD, if you have anything other than Mud Slap, you're probably the best ground type that's available at the moment. Because most ground types purify and get Mud Slap, unfortunately. Like, Numel gets Dig, and that makes it really solid ground type. At the moment, it's probably one of the best, so. Alright, let's do a false swipe, and, well, we're not getting any more experience for this fight, so maybe I'll swap Flareon in, because why not? Give Erin a little break. She's going to be out in most of the battles from here on, so she's got to catch up to everybody else. And there you go. Easy as that. Makihita's knocked down to low HP. Now, we don't currently have a Shadow Pokemon to, like, resist Makihita's moves or anything, but it doesn't seem like it's doing that much damage at the moment, so it's probably fine. So we'll false swipe, and we'll pop out. Actually, I want to move this up here, because then they're closer to the top where I need them. I went and bought a few more Pokeballs, by the way. I think I bought, like, 10 or 11, so. Just in case, because I knew we were coming up on a few Shadow Captures, so I figured, probably like 13 to 15 should be enough. So. And there we go, we got Makihita. Nice. Not exactly going to be doing a whole lot at the moment, because it's on 1 HP-ish and paralyzed, but, you know. Oh, didn't you know? They don't have elevators that go all the way to the top. This one only stops on this floor, and then you gotta go into a different elevator to get to the 3rd floor. Apparently he didn't want to hear that, he just left. That's great. Let's see what we got here. Makuhita. I don't know, that speed looks pretty good for it. It's got thick fats. That's probably one of the better abilities for it for right now. Guts is nice, but it's hard to implement in this game because not a whole lot of Pokemon use status effects outside of like confusion inflicted from Shadow Panic. So I like thick fat a little better in this game specifically because then it has added resistances to fire and ice types, which is kind of nice because, well, you'd probably send a fighting type out on an ice type anyway, so yeah. That looks pretty normal, other than the speed being a little bit higher than usual, maybe. Might be Jolly, even. I don't know exactly, but it's probably pretty good. Alright, let's go see what else we can find here. I believe all of the Shadow Captures in this building are on the beaten path towards Net's office. So if you stop off in any of the side offices, you're just going to be fighting the peons that don't have Shadow Pokemon, like, for example, in here. Buildings are one of the weirdest things in Pokemon. Yeah, in some cases, they don't exactly design them to be user-friendly, do they? So, I guess if it's cool, rule of cool and all that. How about you comply with me and leave the building now? I'm guessing he's not going to take that for an answer, so I guess I'll have to beat it into him. That's fine. I can do that. So Duo and Tentacool, huh? Alright then, let's see what we can do here. I think one single quick attack will probably just knock out the Tentacool straight away. It's not exactly bulky on the physical side, so... I'll just headbutt the Doduo, it's fine. I could +1 my accuracy for Metal Claw, but I don't think that's necessary. It's alright. There we go. We also have a Chimecho. Okay. Well, if I was considering switching out Breloom, I'm not considering it anymore. So. Speaking of attack drops, one of the nice things about Metal Claw is that it also has an added effect. It has a 20% chance of raising your attack by 1 stage, which is not too bad. It can help out quite a bit, actually. So, I think I'm going to double team the Chimecho just to make sure it goes down. So, I mean, I'm at -1 attack. The bite isn't affected by that, but it might not. Oh, okay, I got a crit. Never mind. That's fine. The one good thing Cypher has is that scarf. Like, dude, that looks awesome. Yeah, they got some, like I said before, they got some more interesting designs for their armor and for their accessories and stuff in this one. It actually looks like armor rather than just like a, you know, an old 1960s, 1970s Sentai outfit. So, ooh, nice crit. Everybody getting a crit. Aaron following after her peers' example. Very good. A Chimecho can't do anything that's dangerous, to be fair. Couldn't really do anything to the people that I have out, but I figured, yeah, I mean, Doduo is not doing a whole lot, so I'll just take out the thing that has the most experience available for me. Everybody all right? Oh, that's not good. Sek, you okay? You need a hospital? Well, I mean, it's Cypher. Are you really that shocked? Probably true. Yeah, probably true. Okay, I'll go see what I can do about Net. But first, let's go down here and make sure Anka's okay. And also go in here because this door is no longer locked because they're raiding the building, and we can grab some more treasure from the locker room. Nothing in the lockers, though, unfortunately, so, yeah. Everybody okay in here? Oh, nice! Go bodybuilder, lady. You show 'em, girl. Yeah, everybody in here is okay, but I'll bet you Anka's having a bit of a hard time of it. I can even see the shadow on the floor from here. There's a Cypher peon in there. It's not exactly making her day a good one. So, let's see. We're good for now. There's a heal point directly upstairs, and I'll probably go straight to it after we're done with this battle, so. Although I think there's a couple battles on the way there, too, so maybe we'll just heal with healing items before that. It's fine. We'll have enough power points. Oh, boy. Dude, she's not going to... Okay, I need you to understand something about women. Women are not like phone passcodes. You don't just say a combination of magic words and then they just unlock and allow you to have sex with them. There's a lot more to women than that. No, you get the fuck out of here. Crazy guy. Also, laughing at her like, is definitely not going to help your case. I'll tell you what'll help my case, though, is getting Breloom out here, because that would definitely help against this Rhyhorn. I guess Aaron could probably handle it after a little bit more unfriendly persuasion, but we'll get there. Okay, so Quillfish might be a bit of a problem at the moment, just because its typing does not lend itself well to all of the Pokemon that I have at the moment, so I think I'll just focus on that for a little bit and see where it goes from there. I'll Mudslap it even, because just get a little bit of accuracy drop. We'll switch Breloom in maybe after this and see how much damage we do. Okay. Hell, we might even knock it out. So. There is, that's some news that explains something. What was that referring to? The women don't have a passcode thing? I don't know. I think my... it depends on where my latency is today, because sometimes I have it set for low latency mode with Twitch, so that way you guys kind of hear me about maybe 4 or 5 seconds afterwards instead of like 30 seconds later. But I think it still depends on where you are, so... in the world, that is. Alright, this person definitely is not conducive to Flareon, so let's take care of that right now. Chinchou. Yeah, let's Mudslap the Chinchou because it's a little bit spooky. It's got Water Gun, so that's no good. If Rhyhorn was Gen 2, would it be Steel type? Me personally, I would say no. It would probably still be Rock and Ground type. It doesn't look steel enough to me. Like it looks like it's made out of rock, so I would still give it the Rock and Ground typing. They'd probably have to change its plating up a little bit for it to be a steel type, but that's just me. I guess it's Because its teeth kind of look steel-like, but yeah, I don't know. Alright, do it again. Breloom's confused. That's no good. It's a good question, though. Yes, that's true. Man, this Chinchou really doesn't like Breloom, does it? Alright, well, we'll figure this out. I'm kind of wishing that Mudslap's accuracy drops would actually assist with taking care of it, but whatever. It'll be fine. I see what you're trying to do. Because, yeah, I was going to say, that's on Breloom, isn't it? You're trying to get every status in the book over here. That's no fun. Because that was for Flinch, even though I go faster than it. Does a full heal... It heals all the status problems of one Pokemon, so does that mean it's going to get rid of both Confusion and Paralysis at the moment? Let's see. Well, it just says became healthy, so I guess so. I don't know exactly, but that would be my guess. There we go. Now we're getting the accuracy drops to work in our favor. Time for a counterattack. Not really worried about Chinchou anymore, though. I can probably handle it. Ooh, Rhyhorn, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think Aaron cares much at all about that. I think Aaron's got, like, base 90 defense or something nuts like that. For a basic stage Pokemon, that's impressive. So... there we go. That guy, give me all that HP back, just about. And we'll see what your last one is. Coughing. Okay. Well, Flareon would probably be better for this, but we'll make it work. Especially since we can double team the coughing now, so that'll help out quite a bit. Alright, so even with all this stuff, Brick Break probably still does the most damage. Well, let's see. 75, Stab makes it like, what, 112-ish? And then, yeah, so it'd be 50-something, so it'd be better than False Swipe. So, and then just Headbutt, it's fine. Now I can get you to flinch. Maybe. Possibly. Breloom is so fucking strong. God, it's got like, what, 90-ish attack at this point? That's absurd. Absolute insanity. Why does everybody keep using all these normal type moves on Aaron? I mean, I guess I shouldn't complain, because, I mean, I'm taking like no damage at all, but yeah. It seems like a wasted effort, you know? So I'll just Mega Drain, it's fine. I could False Swipe and then let Aaron get the kill, but it's not like Fire Emblem. You don't get more experience in this game just because you KO'd the Pokemon. I think that'd be kind of interesting, though, because it would allow you to kind of set up the Pokemon with a higher level Pokemon so that the lower level one gets a bunch of experience. I mean, I guess relative to their level, they do get a bunch of experience, but, I mean, they get the same amount as other Pokemon do. They just don't have as much experience to get to their next level, so, you know. Hey, Amarella, how's it going? Welcome. We're taking care of the ONBS takeover, with Cypher raiding the place, and we're gonna go take them out. I think we just finished up almost everything on the second floor, so. Oh, that's no good. You guys don't have any portable cameras around here? That'd be great if you did. Make this a lot easier to deal with. Yeah, I think we got to pass around a couple of fresh waters, so let's do that. Flareon doesn't have to worry about it, even though he's fire type. It's no big deal. Breloom's probably okay for now. Still have a burn heal and 3 paralyze heals, so I'll keep that in mind. We'll be buying full heals pretty soon, because we've got plenty of money for it. You're welcome. But why didn't you expect ONBS to be the target? You guys spread the news, like... Of course it would be the target eventually, because they'd want to take control of the news. How else do you take over the region? Alright, yeah, we should be good for now. Makihita's still hanging around with paralysis and 1 HP, but that's okay, we'll be fine. There's a healing point not too far from here, Makihita, and we'll get you there. Soon enough. First we gotta go this way, though. And since this is the way forward, this lady's probably got some Shadow Pokemon on her team, or at least 1. No way they'd throw 2 of them at me at this point, right? No, they actually wouldn't at this point. Maybe later, though. Yeah, Flareon's going to be really nice to have around for right now, because a lot of the fully evolved Pokemon we're going to face for this dungeon and the next dungeon are all going to be bug types, basically. So that fire type move that we've got in our pocket will make them pretty easy pickings. So you got this, Aaron. Do your best. Probably just let Aaron take out the Spinnerack while Flareon cleans up everything else. Seems like a good idea to me. Lots of experience there, and that'll get Aaron 22. Nice. Very good, very good. Get a bunch of defense, too. Yeah, stats aren't too bad. We gotta wait until level 32 before she'll evolve, but she evolves pretty quickly after that. At level 42, she'll be fully evolved, so. By the time we get to the final dungeon, probably about a little bit into the final dungeon, to be honest, she'll be fully evolved. And she will be a house once she evolves, so I ain't even worried about it. We gamers would be terrible in the anime. Yeah, because the anime sort of... it's more, well, for lack of a better word, anime. It's more focused on the, you know, making sure that you don't do as much mechanically. You do more stuff that's like... I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like believing in the heart of the cards, except it's not heart of the cards in Pokemon. It's just whatever that is. Have faith that the plot will carry you. But also, if we were in the anime, Ash would be either beating us in battle or we'd be causing him to lose because his Pokemon are, for some reason, weak to Charizard. I still remember that from the X and Y anime. That part I did watch because I thought for sure that they were going to finally let him win the Elite Four for the first time since the Orange Islands. He would have been like the champion of the region. And then they made him lose in the finals, and it was like, okay, come on. Yeah, I guess just the power of friendship, pretty much. So, I'll tell you what I'd like to be friends with is this Shadow Vulpix. I mean, I already have a fire type, but Vulpix is a cool Pokemon. I have plans to eventually use it in one of my playthroughs, just not yet, so. There's a lot of fire types that I like, though. Usually, you can't really go wrong with me in fire types, to be honest, so they usually get a pretty good rap for me. I don't know if Breloom is a good idea to switch out for this, but I guess Vulpix doesn't have any fire-type moves just yet, so it can't hurt that badly. Probably has, like, Shadow Wave or something. Oh, I don't have power points left for Mudslap. Well, I guess we're going to use an Ether, because we've got 4 of them, so might as well. Not in the Too Good To Use club, exactly, so I can't believe I'm using one on Mudslap, but, well, what can you do, right? I think this Vulpix is actually pretty decent when you purify it, too. Like, I think it gets back Heat Wave when you purify it, so that's not a bad move to have for doubles. It's kind of a Fire-type Surf with a little less accuracy, so I guess it's a little closer to like a Fire-type Muddy Water. It's a little more powerful, though, if I remember right. I think it's like base 100 power on a single target, so it's even more powerful than Flamethrower. That's not bad. Breloom, let's hit your Stun Spore. Well, at least we got Breloom before Shadow Hold hit. Because then I wouldn't be able to paralyze it or False Swipe. What you mean is that Ash would rush that Makihita to the Poké Center and you'd just carry a half-dead paralyzed Makihita. Yeah, I'm taking the road less traveled, I guess, by just keeping it around because I'm thinking, well, you know, if we leave the building, they could hurt more people, so, I mean, I guess that would be my trainer's thought process. I don't know if that's actually true, but I guess that's my thought process if I had to really, like, headcanon it. Well, if I leave the building, they could probably hurt more people like they hurt Sack, so... And I know there's a... what's it called? A healing machine on the 3rd floor, so I might as well just tough it out until I get there. If I'm being honest, I don't think it being half-dead and paralyzed in my team really makes much of a difference at all, but like I don't think it affects its friendship, if I recall correctly. I think it doesn't go negative just because it's like that. So. Why did Stun Spore look like a Harry Potter spell there? That's a good question. Didn't exactly look like powder, did it? Looked kind of wispy. So, yeah, I see what you're saying, though. Yeah. I don't know. It's a good question. Well, we got Vulpix, and we didn't even have to false swipe it, so that's good. It's just horrible. That thing is literally suffering. Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's a collection of polygons. I can't feel a thing about it. If they're not in my team, they're just expendable for the Purify Chamber. Oh crap, the spot monitor's responding. Now I have a reason to actually leave. Great. At least I caught a shadow Pokemon before I did it. Alright, well, let's go see if the rare Pokemon's available at the Rock Pokespot, because just because people are suffering in here doesn't mean I can break my promise to Duking. Alright, so off we go. I'll probably stay at the Super Grand Hotel because... Oop, can't go this way. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably stay at the Super Grand Hotel just to perk everybody up. We'll stick them in the Purify Chamber and let them purify out. And that'll be good. Yeah, yikes, a dead body! He's not dead, though. He's just sleeping. He'll wake up later. There we go. So that's one down. Go over here, use the PC, stick Vulpix and Makihita inside, and get them moving. I think I have an idea of what I'm going to use them for in terms of the Purify Chamber, like which set I'll use them in, but I can't do it just yet. We're going to need a few other Shadow Pokemon for it to work, so... I could keep them in the team, though, to, like, you know, use them for defensive walls against other Shadow Pokemon, but it's fine. We don't need to worry about that too much. Alright, I think... Yeah, no flow bonuses here, so we'll just stick you right there. If you purify a little slower, Makihita, that's okay. Not in that much of a hurry. So, it's not like you have a whole bunch of bar to go anyway. Alright, let's stick you right there, and then we'll get the rest of these done in a little bit. Alright, now back to the Rock Pokespot. And we'll just see what it is. If it's something I've already caught, like Sandshrew or Gligar, I'll just knock it out. So, what do I have out in front right now? I think I have Flareon out. Well, that's probably fine. I can knock them out pretty easily with that, so... Oh, it's a Sandshrew. Okay. There is a little event that you can actually get when you go to these Pokespots occasionally, because occasionally you'll go to the spots, and if you may recall, there's a lady in Gadeon Port with a Munchlax on the second floor of the Pokemon Center, I think it is. So she, or no, it's the Pokemon Mart, actually. So her Munchlax will occasionally just eat your snacks there, and she'll come over and she'll, you know, tell him to say he's sorry, and then when that happens, she'll give you a bunch of free Pokesnacks. That's why I have a total of 12 of them at the moment. It's because Munchlax actually came in and munched on my Pokesnacks at one point, off-screen. So that's how I got a whole bunch of them. And we'll just replace the ones that Sandshrew ate, and then we'll just lie in wait for the next rare Pokemon. Get a decent amount of experience out of that, though, so... Alright, well, it ate one, so let's just pop another one in here. There you go. And back to town. So yeah, a little bit of a quick pit stop there. Probably the spot monitor will go off again before I'm done with the ONBS building, but it'll be alright. I think I'll pick up a few full heals, though, while I'm out here, because I've got a bunch of money that I can use it on at the moment, so... Do I have anything to sell? Other than my TMs that I'm trying not to sell? No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, let's pick up a few full heals while we're here. Take that guy's advice and just buy the things that just are kind of catch-alls, so... I'll even buy a couple of revives, because why not? Don't need the super potions, though, because those are too expensive for what they do. I can get the same thing out of fresh water, which is probably why they nerfed fresh water in the later generations and made me sad. So, only healed for 30 points. Now, that didn't stop me from buying them. I still bought them as like a quick heal, just in case I needed to top anybody off, but they weren't as broken as they were, so... How far does Munchlax go to get these snacks? As far as the Rock Pokespot from Gadeon Port, which is essentially across the entire ore region. But, I mean, it's a Munchlax. It'll go literally anywhere if it means some good food. So, Now, it probably is because the lady's out gathering herbs for her herb shop, which is where they sell, like, all those bitter foods that Pokemon don't like, and it reduces their happiness. So she sells them in this game. So it's probably out and about with her, and so it'll just wander off and look for food when it smells it. But, yeah, still, it's pretty funny nonetheless how far away Munchlax is from the overall. So, like, from where they started, you know. So... Alright, a few more trainers up here, an item up here that I can grab, and then we'll be up to the healing machine. And that'll be a good little checkpoint for us. Oh, wonder where that lady went. The one that was in here. Maybe they left for their report before this. Or maybe that was Pofty, actually. Although, that would have meant she would have gotten ahead of us somehow. I don't know. It's a good question. Hello there. Peep! I did it. Am I going to be sorry now? What herbs are in that place? This region in general has nothing growing, just sand. Well, you gotta be able to survive somehow out there as a wild Pokemon, because wild Pokemon are returning. Now, granted, in most of the places where the wild Pokemon are returning, there's not as much desert anymore, but rock Pokespot Pokemon have to have something to eat as well, and I would imagine, even if it's bitter, if it means that they can survive out there, they'll eat it, you know? So, probably isn't a lot growing, you're probably correct about that part, but... you know, it's enough to get by. It's enough to subsist. I'm gonna get static paralyzed. Oh well. I got a bunch of paralyzed heals, so I'm not really all that concerned. Like, at that point, I wasn't even jinxing myself. I was just like, no, this is gonna happen. So. Well, we know who that's on. Wouldn't even have worked otherwise. Alright, so probably use Aaron's turn to heal the paralysis, because, I mean, Gulpin has Sludge, which I guess could be bad, but I can just Mega Drain off the damage, take it from Love Disc, so no big deal. Use up some of these Paralyze heals. I'm glad we're kind of actually able to use these items, because usually what ends up happening is I'll buy a few of them, thinking, oh, well, maybe I'll need a total of 3, and then I end up basically never using them, so... Excuse me. But yeah, it's nice that I'm actually getting to use most of them. I'll probably still have to sell a couple of them by the time I'm done, but that's fine. Alright, we'll let Aaron take care of Love Disc. It's a little quick, but that's okay. We should be able to handle it. And this should do good damage to Gulpin. Yeah. Even if it's not very effective, I don't think Breloom cares about not very effective at the moment. Brick Rake is just big damage. Well, if this is on Aaron, it's probably going to hurt a little. Yeah, only a little, though. Really, that's what we mainly have to worry about, is water, fighting, and ground with Aaron. But we have a focus ban, so I might potentially be able to cheat death occasionally. That'll be cool. It's like second chance in Kingdom Hearts. Alright, Bellossom is actually pretty tanky for this point in the game, but between the two of us, I think we should be able to handle it. So, especially with our level advantage. Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, Absorb! I'm so scared! Take 1 HP from me. I'm sure that'll make a huge difference. Good experience, though. 414 in double battles, not bad. So, especially for this point in the game. Like I said before, though, usually at about this point in the game, you'll start to get at least one fully evolved Pokemon in each of their teams, which will help out with the experience that you'll need to get to the next levels. So, oh, you're welcome. Just glad I was here at the right time. You're welcome. Okay, so I think that was actually the last battle before the healing machine, so, but Breloom's out at the moment in case there is something happening right here. There is not, so that's good. And we have a checkpoint. Perfect. I think that the, if we go straight to the stairs, the next required fight is right there, so. I don't think he cares about getting hurt, man. Look at the armor he's got on him. He's well protected. He actually has more PPE than you. So, So it's funny how they both are talking about me not getting hurt. But I'm glad for your concern. Don't get me wrong, but don't worry about me. I can handle myself. Alright, so one fully evolved Pokemon for Breloom to smash with Brick Break, and one not fully evolved Pokemon for Erin to do her best with. Cool. Let's call her. Start spamming Metal Claw, get some attack boosts. Why not? But yeah, usually I use more of the Pokemon that you get from the colored Cypher Peons that you fight outside of the Cypher Lab. So usually by this point in the game I have at least 4 Pokemon in my team. And then the wild Pokemon usually ends up being like my 4th or 5th, so yeah. Well, there goes the accuracy I just got. Yeah, we can just rock the Zigzagoon, it's fine. I should still be able to hit with Metal Claw even with 95% accuracy. Probably not a good idea to leave Togetic alive when I have a Pokemon that's 4 times weak to flying on the field, but it's a Togetic, come on now. Watch it like metronome and explode or something. That'd be funny. Alright, we got a Delibird as well, so... Okay, Peck is fine. Especially if you use it on the wrong Pokemon. I think you need to confirm which Pokemon you're using that on, man, because your Pokemon seem to be doing it on the wrong ones, so... Now, if this was Gen 6, Togetic would have taken a bigger damage from that, but it is not. I know Delibird will take bigger damage from this, though, because Ice is weak to Steel. So... And probably next turn we'll clean up, and we'll be good. No Shadow Pokemon here, but again, this isn't a required fight, so... They tried to do that, where they didn't put any Shadow Pokemon in areas where they would be optional in this one. Just because they wanted to make sure that you had an opportunity to catch them before they ended up on the second chance team. And we haven't had to worry about that just yet. Oh, excuse me, with them not being... Oh, I one-shotted it, nice. With us not catching the Shadow Pokemon the first time through. But there is a second chance mechanic in this game, and it's not like just relegated to post-game. There's the 90 attack that I was talking about. Yeah, you can catch Shadow Pokemon before the post-game if you don't catch them the first time in this one. We'll talk about that when it actually comes up, so... A few of your friends are exposing their vices. One of them left to go to Walmart to get snacks, going against their workout and diet routine. That new Yu-Gi-Oh box came out yesterday that she said cost $30, and she bought yesterday. Oh, wow. She didn't have enough willpower to resist the both of them, huh? Oh, boy. No, not exactly. Otherwise, they would have had more use for the scrap in here. This is probably all the remnants of the old Pyrite building, but there's also an HP up in here, so that's not too bad. I'm gonna hold on to that for a little later. I've got plans for the some of the vitamins that we get in this game, besides just selling them for money. They do sell for good money, though. They sell for as much as a nugget, basically, so if you're not planning on using them on something, sell them. Get some good cash out of it. She found extra money in her Venmo and decided to use it on another box. Oh, well. Oh, boy. Decided not to save it, huh? Want it to be a little quieter there, old dude? I will let them know. Don't you worry about a thing. Alright, let's see what you've got then. So yeah, this is a required fight, which means you can expect a Shadow Pokemon, like I was saying before. Probably not at first, though, because we got a Sneasel and a Yanma at first. It's too bad I don't have Rock Tomb. Yanma, are your wings moving? Looked like your wings weren't moving for a second there. Oh, the wonders of old school 60 FPS. Alright, let's get rid of Sneasel first, because it's a bit of a threat. There go the wings. Nice. And then we'll just let Erin handle Yanma. It's probably fine. Actually, I'll just go with Metal Claw. No big deal. Wow, Breloom's faster than a Sneasel? I mean, I know I have the 9 levels of advantage, but it's impressive. Sneasel's not slow at all. So. She's gone on record saying that she has a problem in regards to Yu-Gi-Oh cards and she doesn't care. Your friends are nuts. Well, if she's a little bit younger, I find sometimes that it's hard to be frugal with your money when you're a little bit younger because we aren't taught as a society to be a little more frugal with our cash, you know what I mean? So sometimes for younger people it's harder to keep a hold of your cash, so. Now, I don't know how young or old she is, so I can't really tell you. I'll tell you when I became a little bit more frugal with my cash was after I worked at a bank, so I was a little bit less frugal before I worked at a bank, but once I worked there, I was a little, I got a little bit better spending habits, learned how to budget and did all that stuff, so yeah, that helped a little bit. There you go, Aaron, getting KOs on some fully evolved quote-unquote Pokemon. You go, girl. We got a Duskull and a Misdreavus. I mean, if all Misdreavus is going to do is Psy-Wave, I could go after the Duskull. Got to be careful, though, because it's a Shadow Duskull. Okay, so we'll handle that. Let's just get rid of the Misdreavus first, then. Excuse me. Even if we KO with Bite, I mean, Duskull can live a Metal Claw, right? It's fine. Yeah, it'll live that Metal Claw. She's a year younger than you are, and she also has a giant Blue Eyes White Dragon card / mat, 3 Yu-Gi-Oh shirts, a Seto Kaiba dress, and you think she said she has 11 Blue Eyes cards. No, she's just an addict. That is a lot of Blue Eyes White Dragon. That is an impressive amount of Blue Eyes White Dragon. So we gotta walk on eggshells with Duskull here a little bit, because it has the unfortunate effect of having both a Ghost typing and Levitate, which means my two best moves for weakening Shadow Pokemon, those being Mud Slap and False Swipe, both have absolutely no effect on it. So I'm gonna have to Metal Claw again and hope for the best. Let's get Breloom in here so we can Stun Spore it, and we'll go from there. And yeah, I can't even headbutt it because yeah, it won't work. Let's Metal Claw it and hope for the best. Yeah, it's level 19. I'm over-leveled at the moment because I'm only using 3 Pokemon. I've been in here before with like 5, sometimes even 6 Pokemon by this point, like the 6 Pokemon I'm planning on using in my team. And I'm closer to level like 23 at that point. Like if you're here with 6 Pokemon, you're probably only at about 22 or 23 at the moment. So I'm just over-leveled, that's all. Nothing else, just that. I'm not even going to bother with calling. Let's just Stun Spore, and then I'll try throwing a Pokeball. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try it. Just because. Duskull's actually a pretty good Shadow Pokemon, though, once you purify it. It has the unique advantage of being one of 3 Ghost types in this game that gains Helping Hand as a move that you can get for it after it gets purified, instead of, like, say, Refresh or something. It's the support move that you get back when you purify it. And Helping Hand is surprisingly useful, especially on something that has Levitate. Now, it loses Levitate when it evolves, but I'll tell you what it doesn't lose is immunity to Self-Destruct and Explosion. Can you imagine how much a Helping-Handed Self-Destruct or Explosion will hurt something? That's like a screen clear, basically. Tears right through the competition, especially in these early gens where Self-Destruct and Explosion negated defense when it was used, so yeah. It's pretty good. If I was doing Or Coliseum, I would probably competitively raise that Duskull as like a defensive core Pokemon. So, let's check out the stats. Yeah, that's about right, actually. Yeah, pretty much. I kind of wish Duskull kept Levitate, though, when it evolved into Dusclops. I understand why it doesn't, because it has feet now when it evolves, but, like, doesn't mean it can't float off the ground. And, I mean, I guess Pressure is a good-ish ability, but I would much prefer Levitate. It's so much better defensively. Maybe stop bullying Divil so hard in the past. It's making the EXP link to the future. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, boy. Alright, well, before we go upstairs, let's save again, because there's a couple more Shadow Pokemon to catch up here. And one of them I want for my team. It's one that literally everyone who plays this game uses, but it's so good that I can't avoid using it. It's too good to pass up. Excuse me. The breath caught in my throat there. Detro, what's going on? Uh-oh. They were mean to Detro. Don't you be mean to Detro. What the fuck? That's my job. Well, you're gonna let me pass because I ain't the gatekeeper, but neither are you. So, let's send you packing, shall we? Oh wow, they got a Kadabra in here. That's impressive. I'm gonna quick attack it though, so it'll probably faint in one hit, but you know. Still impressive. It's pretty powerful, it's just frail. Pressure is okay. It's good for low power point moves like Fire Blast, but otherwise it's not too hot. Yeah, it's better for like stalling, like actual stalling. But I mean, usually, especially in double battles, I find that battles go so quickly that you usually can't stall all that well. So, oh wow, that didn't even KO. Got a little more defense than Tentacool, don't you, Kadabra? It's a good thing I have a bunch of special defense. Or resistance. So yeah, that did 12 to Flareon. That's kind of impressive, actually. Because, I mean, we have like 70-something special defense on Flareon at level 29, so that's nuts. Oh. You know what the funny part is, though, about the over-leveledness that I am right now, is we're practically at the same level as we were when we entered the Pyrite building in Coliseum. That's absurd. So, alright, let's just keep working Fluffy over with Aaron. We'll let Flareon clean up this guy. And there you go. You went over 200 turns against a Stall Skarmory with a Stall Furfrou? Oh my god. Or no, one of your friends did. That's impressive. I don't know if any battles I've ever done in competitive have ever lasted like over 100 turns. But I usually don't play Stall, so that's probably why. Hey Maltea, how's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, gaslighting, gatekeeping, Cypher agent, indeed. We gonna let him know that I don't appreciate that around this premises with our Aaron and Flareon and Breloom. So, how you doing, Maltea? Like I said, welcome back. We're taking care of the ONBS takeover at the moment. So, that Vigoroth looks ripe for a brick break, though, so I think I'll switch Breloom and take care of that. It was on Showdown. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, even on Showdown, most of the fights that I do don't usually last that long, so. But I could see it. It depends on if they're playing Stall, you know, on Showdown, which, I mean, you know, some people do it on the ladder, so more power to them, I guess. You grab Brilliant Diamond and you're about to get no sleep tonight. I can completely understand. A friend of mine was streaming Shining Pearl earlier in the day. He actually raided us earlier. And he was streaming that for probably like 8 hours. At least 6 hours. 6 or 8, so yeah. It's one of those things, you know, you just play it all the way through. So I don't know though, when I was still a more active member of the Pokemon community, when I didn't just play it for the hell of it and I actually kept up with the newer games, I tried not to play the games all the way through that quickly, because I felt like it would just burn me out to them, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that I just try not to do in hindsight with the Pokemon games. I try not to burn myself out on games when I get a new one. I try to savor it, like savoring the Shadow Ralts. Cool. As Trace as well, that's not too bad. Synchronize might be a little better for the rare occasions where we do get statused, but that's fine. Trace is cool. Hell, we might even trace something good like Levitate, so... The dude with the Skarmory decided to throw stones in a glass house and tried to call out your friend for using stall tactics in competitive singles while they were using the normal stall setup for Skarmory, which is Toxic Spikes, Whirlwind, and you have no idea what the last move was. Tilder, the Skarm lost due to struggle recoil. Good. Get that stall out of here. You're the same way you took your sweet time beating a sword. That's probably for the best. Like I said, sometimes I try to savor the games when I play newer ones so that it's not like I'm burning myself out on them by playing them so quickly. It's one of the things that I kind of don't like about the Pokemon community looking back, to be honest, is that a lot of people, especially like that were more prolific YouTubers and stuff in the Pokemon community, would just bash out the games in like a day. They would just spend the whole day playing them to get the videos out as soon as they possibly could, and it's like, how do you enjoy anything if that's what you do when you do that? Like, it just looks to me like work, to be honest. And when I see something that's work in a video game, it's like, no, I don't want to do this. If you want me to work, then pay me. And to be fair, some of them were getting paid to do it because they had prolific YouTube channels, but it just looks like it's too much work for me. I have to savor that stuff going down. It's like a fine wine or a sundae. You don't want to eat it in one gulp or drink it in one gulp because then you'll just get drunk or get brain freeze. Gotta savor it. So. Your 2 badges in the Sinnoh remakes are wild. I'm glad you're enjoying them, that's for sure. Most big people like that basically speedrun the game in one version, casually play it off video, and actually pay attention. Yes, that's most likely what they do. I don't know, it just feels like if you're gonna play it, I wouldn't want to play it through twice in quick succession like that, personally. I'd rather just play one, but like, again, savor it. Play it slowly so that you can really absorb all the details, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, when they do that and they speed run them on screen, they don't get a lot of the cool little details that the developers put into them. Like, I distinctly recall playing Alpha Sapphire not too long after it came out, and remember seeing YouTube videos about them. And people were just missing a lot of the little details that they put into that game, because there was a lot of little things that they put into that game that you just wouldn't catch if you were going quickly. People still did it, and yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna, get too cross over it, whatever. It's play the game the way you want, but I couldn't play that way, that's all I know. So. Yeah, what's the point of an adventure if you just speedrun it, yeah. Now, if you've played the game multiple times before and you're looking to speedrun it for the purpose of getting a competitive time, then that's an adventure in and of itself, and I can understand. But if it's the first time playing and you're speedrunning it, I can't agree. I'm sorry. I don't think I could do it. It just seems like work at that point to me. So. It's too much. Just play 2 times for fun instead of a speedrun followed by fun. Yeah. Mystery Gift has a fun reference in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. It got a good laugh out of you. Oh boy. I wonder what the Mystery Gift reference is. We got Ralts. Nice. That's going to be another team member, by the way. That's our 4th team member. So now we should be able to spread the experience out a little bit. So. Especially since I'm going to need to raise that thing from a Ralts to... it's at level 20 at the moment, so it's going to take a little experience to catch up. Especially since I have to purify it, but we'll keep it in the team for now. And yeah, that's true. Ralts evolves at level 20 normally, so we will get it to evolve immediately as soon as it purifies, so that's good. As long as it gains a level, which it will if we keep it in the team, so. You're welcome, Detro. Oh, okay. Well, then we should probably do something about that. I am pretty strong, but the guy in there is also pretty strong, and the spot monitor's responding, so that's just fun. I'm going to leave that for now. We'll get to that after we're done in here. No big deal. I've got 10 treats out there, so it doesn't matter what it is. It should be fine. But yeah, so we'll start trying to raise Ralts up immediately as we go here. We'll get it in for its participation credit. Comes with a Twisted Spoon, though, so that's not too bad. Pretty good. Its Psychics will deal Mondo damage at the moment, so... That looks like a plus defense nature to me, because that's a lot of defense for a Ralts. So, interesting. Might even be bold, actually, now that I'm looking at the stats. Because those other stats are just about right for a Ralts, so... Attack might be, though, too. I don't know. We'll see when we purify it a little more. But let's swap it out in front. Let's stick it out there with Aaron for now. We'll get Breloom and Flareon in afterwards if these two can't really handle it, which, I mean, it's a Ralts and an Aaron. I'm not sure if they'll be able to handle too much, especially if the Pokemon are fully evolved, but you know how that goes. Alright, well, anyway, let's save here, because the next capture might be a little bit on the tricky side, so... I am pretty strong, but there's a wild Pokemon eating all my food. Be back in an hour. Yeah, exactly. Day 1 update for Diamond is going to make you wait 43 minutes. Time to boot up Forza. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's always a pain with Day 1 updates where you got to wait for everything to, everything to get all fixed up with the updates. No fun. I guess it'll be, fully updated after it's done, though, so then you'll be in good shape. You pre-installed there was an update? Apparently so. Well, he's gonna keep it, even if you don't want him to, so... Or he's gonna hand it to you because you have Meg, so... That would be a bit of a problem. Why would you want him to toss you an expensive piece of computer equipment? What if it falls on the ground? What would you say to your bosses if they said, "Where's the data ROM?" and you said, "Oh, I dropped it," because he threw it wrong? Like, you'd get fired. Oh. I guess they're thinking one step ahead. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, definitely thinking one step ahead. About that, actually. We're not done hosting you at the moment. As it turns out, there's a second course, big guy. What am I doing here? What are you doing here? Make me, bitch. Oh, you got a physical copy, Maltea? Okay, gotcha. There might need to be a day one update. You caught a Pokemon sent it to your box. It wasn't there when you went to your box later. How? That's a little weird, yeah. That would be something you'd need a day one update for, yeah. Oh, you went to a local game store. Okay, cool. There you go. Get you, you know, what you need. All right, we got a Loudred and a Girafarig, and I am definitely thinking that we need Breloom in here for this. I don't think Ralts is going to do too hot against these guys. Let's call Aaron, because that'll give it the accuracy boost. And then we can start spamming Metal Claw and hope for attack boosts. And then Breloom can come in here and clean house. I might get hit with the confusion, but that's okay. Stomp, that's fine. Ow. Maybe it's not fine. Okay, never mind, it's fine again. This could hurt a little bit, though, too. Loudred's got a bit of coverage, doesn't it? Yeah, that hurt a little bit. It's okay. Shake it off, Aaron. We got this. So I guess the big threat at this point is Loudred, so let's just Brick Break it to get it the hell out of here. We'll heal Aaron up with some fresh water. And then, I don't even know what accent that was, and then we'll go from there. You pre-ordered the digital version? Okay, there you go. You got 12 Quick Balls, which kind of sucks, but you also got the Platinum outfits. Oh, okay. I don't know, I haven't really been big on pre-ordering most games anymore. It's just, I mean, you get little bonuses for it, but most of the time the little bonuses aren't really anything substantial. And they can't really be, because if they were substantial, then you'd be gimping players that couldn't pre-order it, so... It's mostly aesthetic stuff. Hey, there's a Shadow Mawile. Interesting. Interesting choice. It has Intimidate, so that could be useful. It also has a Steel typing, which can also be useful. Excuse me. But it really doesn't learn a whole lot of good moves, unfortunately, so I usually don't bother with it. It's probably the weakest Steel type out of the few that there are in this game, so I don't think I'd personally use it. It could be decent, though. It has Intimidate, which is not too bad, and it has access to False Swipe, but it doesn't get Stab off of it, so... I guess it just depends. I'm gonna Mud Slap it, because we can get rid of Girafarig with his Brick Break. Oh, we can't. It'll get another hit off. Okay, fair enough. I was wrong! Ow. Well, Shadow Wave, if Mawile has it, might make this a little bit hard for Breloom. That's Shadow Rush, okay. Tough it out, team, we got this! Hang in there! You haven't pre-ordered a game since Fallout 4? There you go, yeah. I find usually that it's tough with some pre-orders because, like, for me personally, I fell off of pre-orders after Dark Souls 2. I just couldn't do it anymore after that. I said, no, this is enough. I don't need it anymore. I don't need to pre-order and put my faith in these companies only for them to dash it anymore. So, yeah, that was how that all worked for me. But yeah, I find that usually what happens is if you don't pre-order games anymore, there's a certain game that you might have played or were going to play that just sort of turned you off to it. And in that case, in my case, it was, like I said, it was Dark Souls 2, so. A little earlier than you there, Moltea, but that's okay. I'm a little worried about Aaron, but we do have that Focus Band, so let's use that Hyper Potion on Breloom to get that topped off. Oh, right, I'm still confused. I forgot about that. Well, he toughed through it, so... And this might KO. Yeah, cool. I might also get Staticked, but it'll give me a reason to use another Paralyze heal, so there you go. Get those out of my inventory. And after this, I'm probably going to get Breloom out of here, actually. We'll send in Flareon, because Mud Slap will do a little bit to weaken it, and then... Well, I do need to Stun Spore it, don't I? I'll keep Breloom in just to get the Stun Spore off, so let's try that this turn. And I'm a little concerned about Aaron, but I think she'll be okay. You thought one of the pre-order bonuses was the Manaphy. That was what was originally advertised. Instead, the Manaphy Egg is an early adopter bonus. As long as you get it via mystery gift before February 21st, it's fine. Okay. I think you mentioned that, but that's probably the better way to do it, so it's not like it's... Because I think it was kind of a little bit different in older games where, oh, not only did I get through the Confuse, I actually hit my 75% stun spore. This isn't Pokemon luck. What do you mean? But yeah, it's probably better that they didn't make it as a pre-order bonus, because then it would have... Aw. Sorry, Aaron. I'll revive you in a minute. Let's get Flareon in here first, though. Actually, I probably should stick Ralts in here, because it would take a quarter of the damage from this stuff, so... Actually, I'll do that right now. Get Ralts in here at the moment. But yeah, it's probably better that it wasn't a pre-order bonus, because that means people can still get it if they, you know, waited a few months to get the game. So the egg was also pre-hatched, very close to hatching straight from Redemption. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. They originally said the Manaphy egg would be a pre-order bonus. It would have been nice to justify the pre-order, but you stopped pre-ordering in 2013. You pre-order them still, but only like technically. You tend to just buy digital copy hours before launch because you decided the stuff they were showing was good and pre-order bonus was nice enough. And I mean, that's fair. You know, if it's all up to the discretion of the person who's buying the game. I just personally don't see it myself. I'm not going to try to say, well, the way that anybody else does it is incorrect, because that wouldn't be right. I just don't personally see much of a reason for it myself anymore, so. But more power to you. If you feel it's necessary, then it's your money. Vote with your wallet, basically. As you should. Alright, so we'll drop the small wild down a little bit with bug bites, like Shadow Wave, which will do like 1 damage. It's actually still doing pretty good damage to Ralts. Ralts' defense isn't exactly... I mean, most of its stats right now aren't exactly the best. It doesn't really get good until it evolves into Gardevoir at level 30, but we'll get there soon enough. So it does get Reflect by purifying it, though, and we'll be able to get Light Screen soon enough, so don't worry about it too much. We'll be able to tank those hits a little bit better soon. Think pre-orders are crap most of the time. You get a skin for a gun that you're not going to use. Sure, why not? Yeah, but I mean, it's like I said, it's up to the discretion of the person who's doing the pre-ordering. If you think that the bonuses are worth it, or if you want to show support for the dev, then pre-order it. If you don't feel that those are worth it, then don't. It's pretty simple, you know. But, for me personally, I can't say that I prefer pre-ordering anymore myself. Alright, so let's revive Aaron, because I bought a few revives, so I might as well use them. There you go, buddy. And then we'll try tossing a Great Ball at the Small Wild, because it's got a little bit of a lower-ish catch rate. So, and it's not exactly at low HP at the moment, so we'll just try to toss a Great Ball, see if it works okay. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'll just weaken it a little more, but if it does, then we're in good shape. I'm getting all these guys on practically the first try here. It's not too bad. I think the only one that's put up any modicum of resistance so far has been Gligar. And that only took, like, the second Great Ball, so... I mean, I did train at the Pokemon HQ lab, so... Thanks for the money, though. That's a big chunk of change. That pays for the revive and then some. So... You'll just buy the game if you want it. Pre-order bonuses are not very incentivizing. Yeah, they rarely can be incentivizing. And again, it would kind of feel bad if they were, because if they were incentivizing to get you to pre-order them, then people would complain and they'd say, no, you're gimping the people who don't want to pre-order the games, you know what I mean? So they can't really do that without getting into hot water. You pre-ordered a game that you knew you wouldn't like and was probably going to suck. You were right, but you still pre-ordered it to support the devs. And see, that's not bad then. If you're supporting the devs and you want to see them make better stuff, then that's important to pre-order the stuff and show the support, so... Of course, it depends on the devs, too. Like, I will never pre-order or regular order any game from Activision Blizzard ever again in my life after seeing the stupid shit that's been happening with their zero-tolerance policy lately. Just, as if the company didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth before, I did still buy the Spyro Reignited trilogy, but, yeah, shying way the hell away from those guys after this. You like free things, and if you're planning to buy the game anyway, you do it in advance just for pre-order stuff. And I mean, again, that's fair. Can't say no to free stuff, or, you know, can't say it's bad because they're giving it to you for free, so more power to you in that case. Yeah, I know, it was for Spyro. I know. I just wish he wasn't owned by Activision. Exol, get the hell out of here. No, I guess he's got the data ROM. Maybe give that back before you get the hell out of here. Is everybody okay? I'm okay. What about you? Yeah, that's true, though. Oh, okay. Well, I guess even if they scrub the data, you still know what you saw, so what did you see? Oh, really? How'd they manage that one? Must have had some crazy cargo lifting stuff. What'd they do? Put a friggin' ship carrier out there with one of those big cranes? Where'd they even get one of those? I mean, obviously we know what happened because we saw it off screen, but in character I wouldn't know that yet. Uh-oh. That's no good. Oh, so that's where she was running off to when we first saw her when we came in here. She was headed to Phaenax City. Oh, their communication systems are down? That's no good. So we should probably go warn Marcia then, shouldn't we? And also the mayor. That would probably be a good idea. So that's our next destination. We got to go to Phaenax City again. The first major town of the first game is about the mid-game for this one, so. Okay, will do, Net. So yeah, let's go warn the people of Phaenax City that some bad things are coming. But first, let's head downstairs and heal up, because I could probably use it. So. Also, we got to go check out the rock Pokespot while we're on our way there, so. Yeah, Phaenax City, the previous base for the Cypher operations. Yeah, about your Pokesnacks. we're gonna need a few probably because the rock spots probably, whoever's over there's probably been munching on those for a bit now. Oh, okay, they only got through one so far. That's fine. I also need to go use the PC so I can stick Duskull and Mawile in there. We'll keep Ralts out here because, yeah, Ralts will be. We'll raise it pretty good just the way that it is. Get some extra experience in battles and stuff. I might run it through Dueling Square once or twice, like each trainer, just to get the Purify bar all the way down. But I'll probably do that off screen. The rest of the day today, we probably won't be doing a whole lot of battling. At least we won't be doing battling in the traditional sense, because once you go to Phaenax City, you get a little bit of an optional side quest that I'm definitely going to take advantage of right away, so. Oh, there's the police. I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. Sounds like a plan. Chief, how's it going? Bit of an attack, huh? Yeah, kind of crazy, huh? Most likely, and that's why we gotta get to Phaenax City a little bit sooner rather than later. Shroomish, keep an eye on the place. I'll be back. Gonna take a short nap. All right, Marie, sounds good. Go ahead and take your nap. We will see you maybe even later today, but we'll definitely see you on the next one, so. I'll hold on to that HP up. We'll probably use it for something later. Matter of fact, I'm going to stick that in the PC, but first let's buy a few healing items while we're here. We can buy up our fresh waters. I should probably also start buying Moo Milks because they're pretty good. So, we don't quite have 100 HP on anybody just yet, so maybe they're not that worth it, but I use them when they're necessary. Maybe I'll buy like 5 or 6 of them. The fresh waters have been mostly carrying us for now, so. And they probably will for the rest of the game because they'll be nice little top-off heals for the remainder of the game, so. Yeah, let's buy some milk. Oh, that's an extra fresh water. Whoops. I'm thinking I could just mash right through, but no, that's not until a later generation. Oh well. So yeah, we'll just buy like half a dozen Moo Milks, and that should do us some good for a little while. Got plenty of money at the moment, but we're going to be making a couple of purchases when we go towards Phaenax City, so yeah. Want to keep a little bit of cash on hand, so we're not short on cash when we need it. Let's pop this bad boy up here. 1 paralyze heal, 1 burn heal, and then we'll be out of those. And we'll also be out of Pokesnacks pretty soon, but that's okay. Like, in our bag, that is. We won't be out of them at the spot, but, you know. So I guess I will have a little bit of work to do off-screen if I go ahead and do anything with Ralts off-screen, but it'll pay off in spades once we get to the next episode, and Ralts can basically just evolve right away, so. Oh, they've got Pokeballs and Great Balls here now. Well, that's cool. Now I don't gotta go all the way over to A-Gate just to get some more. So I will grab, let's grab like 8, because we might use them on whatever's at the Pokespot there. And then Great Balls, I'll buy like, let's buy 4, just so we have a few. we still will mostly be catching basic level Pokemon that are at their beginning stage of evolution for a little while yet. So probably Pokeballs will still do the trick. Great Balls will start becoming better as we go, but Pokeballs will probably still do the trick for a little bit. They also have Pokesnacks available now from the shops. That allows us to stick some more out there if we need them. So that's pretty good. I'll buy 3 more full heals, and we'll eventually get... Actually, I'll buy 4, just so we can get up to 15 the next time I buy them. I think the... now that they've changed the shops here, the shop in Gateon Port probably has a few new items as well. And probably the Move Tutor lady in Agate Village has a few new moves as well, because usually her new moves coincide with when you get some new items at the shops, so... I love how I said I wasn't going to spend all my money, and then I spent like a solid chunk of all the change I have left in my pocket. Oh well. Uh-oh. Which prisoner? Yeah, pow for you. Let's go see which prisoner he was talking about. Because I gotta go to the PC anyway. Oh, was that Team Snag'em member? Okay. Wonder where he went. Well, remember that he was here for later. There's nothing on the bed here, unfortunately. I actually missed the TM in Pokemon Coliseum, because if you come back here at a certain point, I think it's before you beat Mirror B, a prisoner escapes then as well, and you can get TM 46 Thief from their prison cell. But I didn't remember that you could do that, so I didn't get it. Not that Thief would have been that useful to us anyway, but, well, it was there, and I just missed it, so, yeah, sorry about that, I guess. Not a huge deal, though, I guess, either. Alright, Purified Chamber. Let's toss a few Pokemon in here. Oh, wow, the ones that we stuck in here are already practically done. Vulpix is just about there, Mach-Heat is just about there. Let's stick a couple more in. How about a little more? Duskull in here. You don't have an advantage here, do you? Nope, no flows, so... Actually, does it go in the other one any better? No, not really, so stick it here. And then we'll take Mawile out. And stick her in this one. That's not good flow. Well, it's fine, it's not affecting the flow, but... Let's stick it down here. There you go. Okay, so we'll come back and purify them in a little bit. Maybe we'll purify Makahita and Vulpix before the end of the episode so we can slot them into some new sets, so. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so before we go anywhere, let's save before we head off to the Pokespot so I can, just in case there's like a problem with me catching the Pokemon. I'd rather there not be, but if there is, well, then we'll have a little bit of a backup, you know. Okay, there we go. Off we go. Let's see what it is. We'll let Ralts get a little bit of a participation credit, and then we'll head to Phaenax City. It's another Gligar. Okay, that's fine. Still don't have a water or an ice type attack for this thing, but I guess if I grabbed Spheal out of the PC, I would. Oh well. What level is it? So it's got Hyper Cutter, and it is level 15. Okay. Ralts, I believe in you. I think you can handle this. Maybe get some reverse mode out of it, too. Shadow Wave is special, actually, so the defense isn't really a big deal. I'm convinced that one of the major reasons why the physical special split actually happened, like, it was probably something that Game Freak deemed necessary anyway, but I think that the physical special split might have been partially influenced by the shadow moves in Pokemon XD, because they're all considered shadow moves, but they're either physical or special depending on what they do, rather than their typing. So, I'm convinced that this had something to do with it. I could be completely off base, but... And maybe even Game Freak was thinking about it before Genius Sonority developed the games, and they said, yeah, we're thinking about splitting that stuff up anyway, so maybe make them, like, physical or special based on what they do. So, I don't know. It's interesting to think about, though. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't get poisoned, but that's okay. We'll just heal that off in a minute. And we'll let the Gligar go off to its den. Save the spot for Pokemon that are actually rare here. That should give decent experience to Ralts, though, once it purifies. So, At least I'm not sure if it gets experience at this point, actually, now that I think about it. So, I'm poisoned. Hang on. Hang on, Ralts. I'll fix that. Because it might not actually gain experience until it gets down a certain amount of bars. So, I don't know. I have to look that one up, I guess. Well, I know what I'm using that extra fresh water on. There you go. Because thankfully, Shadow moves don't have power points, so we don't have to worry about healing that up. So technically, Ralts is now fully healed. So that's cool. Alright, off to Phaenax City, a gorgeous, oasis-like city that is targeted by Cypher. Let's see if we can do something about that, shall we? I don't know. It looks pretty much the way that it did, so. Even has fancy new music. It's kind of cool. Hi there. What? That does seem awfully coincidental, but okay. And for moving off to Phaenax City, you get a disc case where you can hold battle CDs. What do battle CDs do? We'll find out soon enough, because we're going to get a few while we are at it here. So, Battle CD 1, Battle CD 7, and Battle CD 20. You can get the first 10 battle CDs by the time you're done in Phaenax City, and I think I'm just going to do them in spurts of 10, basically. So we'll do like CDs 1 through 10 after we get all 10 of them. I got to look up where they are, though, because I don't remember all of the locations. Well, I'll figure it out later, so. Oh, okay, but I kind of have a little bit of business here first. That's cool, thank you, but can I go see the mayor before I go? I really need to send a message to him from somebody. Yes, that's all very tantalizing, but I have an actual, like, wait, what? Did she really just kick me out on the world map? No, ma'am, I need to speak to the mayor. Get out of here. Don't kick me out on the world map. Who do you think you are? I didn't even go yet. I'm not gonna go until I go see the mayor. I'm sure I will, but, and actually, I am going to enjoy it. Royale Tower in this game has some of the best mini-games in the series, but I don't wanna. I wanna go talk to the mayor. But thou must. Yeah, you have to actually go to Royale Tower first before you can go back to Phaenax and talk to the mayor. Unfortunately, she won't let you in until you do, so I guess we'll go to Royale Tower first, an immense members-only tower that is jam-packed with entertainment. She did, in fact, kick me out. Yes, she did, and I'm not very happy about it, but it does let me go to some place with, again, some of my favorite mini-games in the series, so I guess I'll take it. Also going to turn off chat because this will make for a good thumbnail. In about 2 seconds. To be fair, Conker's message probably would have came off the screen, like, right about by now, but, you know. Just get a bit of a thumbnail. There we go. That's good. Oh, not these two jokers again. No, why would you get to keep... What the hell are you... Did they lose brain cells since the last game? Like, at least they were competent enough to kidnap somebody in the last game. Oh, boy. So yeah, apparently Trudley and Folly got a full set of all 50 battle CDs, but they're going to throw them out all over Ore. So if you go looking around in bookshelves and stuff like that all over the Ore region, you can now find battle CDs that you can then take here to Royale Tower, and you can use them for the battle CD simulations, which we'll go talk about in a little bit. Alright, Makahita and Vulpix are both done, so we'll go back and check on that when we're done here in Casino Royale. I guess nobody's shooting at me in this one, but it is a pretty cool place. It's practically going to be like the Gold Saucer episode when we went to it in Final Fantasy XIV. Mostly just mini-games. So, it is a really tall tower, isn't it? I'm afraid of their levels. The Pokemon in that Coliseum are like level 40. Holy cow. Definitely not ready for that just yet. We also got to go back and do the other 3 rounds in the Pyrite Coliseum now that I think about it. But maybe I'll wait until Ralts is done before I do that, like done purifying. Really? They said I was the 1 millionth visitor. Something fishy going on in here, and it sure as hell ain't cod. We don't have those in the Ore region. Yeah, so the Real Game Tower has a lot of cool mini games. It's got your usual Coliseum battles. Again, you probably don't want to do those just yet because they're level 40. You got battle sims with the battle CDs. And my favorite mini game in the series, Battle Bingo. Oh, I love me some Battle Bingo. You better believe we're going to be doing some Battle Bingo starting today. Oh man, it's a great mini game. I love it so much. Get some protein here too. Again, I'm going to save that for a little later, but we'll talk about why when I actually need it. So it sells for good money though, so if you want to, you can do that. What it does is it normally gives 10 EVs in a particular stat. That's what all the vitamins do, is they give 10 EVs in a particular stat for the Pokemon that you give them to. But they can't do that if they already have 100 or more EVs in that stat. So for protein, it gives 10 attack EVs, but if you already have 100 or more, you can't use it for anything. There's a Carbos there that raises speed. But in particular, I'm going to want the vitamins because there's a particularly late stage Pokemon that I'm going to be catching in the game where I'm going to want to pull its EVs up just a little bit when we get it because it won't have a whole lot of opportunities to get EVs anywhere else. So, yeah, we'll want to artificially raise them with vitamins instead. Yes, it's very strategic, and I like that. All right, let's pop these bad boys in here. Some protein, put it in there. Carbos, put it in there. There we go. Then we just got the Paralyze Heal and the Burn Heal, and once we get rid of those, our inventory is going to look nice and clean. So that will be good. Here's a Pokemon Center in case you need it. I don't think I need it, but I'm going to heal here anyway, just for the hell of it. You don't need to get the 4 keys in this one in order to open the door to the tower. They're just there for a prop, I guess. So it's there because it looks nice. As far as I'm aware, Real Game Tower is independently operated in this game too. It's not owned by Cypher in any way. You never see a Cypher PN or anybody here, so not bad. I guess they managed to avoid the second wave, which is pretty good. Unless Cypher's just operating in it and they never tell you about it, which is a possibility, I guess. But probably after the last time, they were pretty cognizant of Cypher and they didn't want to let them in here at all. So it's probably a good idea because this particular shop has some pretty good items in it. Because it's the TM shop from the Under, basically. So yeah, they've got some of the, Hyper Potions, Full Heals, Revives, that sort of stuff. So that's not bad. But the main draw here is going to be the TMs that you can get. You've got Hidden Power, Blizzard, Hyper Beam, Reflect, or that's actually Light Screen, Reflect is a little later, Protect, Safeguard, Thunder, that's Reflect right there, Fire Blast, and yeah, that's it. But those are some pretty solid TMs. Mainly, I'm going to want the support ones, so we're going to come back here for Protect a little bit later when we get a different move for Flareon as its other attacking move besides a Fire-type attack. I'll come back for Protect. Probably when we get Earthquake, to be honest, which won't be for a little while yet. I do, however, want to grab a Light Screen TM right now, because once Ralt gets fully purified, it will be able to use dual screens. I don't need to buy Reflect, though, because it actually gets that back by purifying, if I remember correctly. So we'll just buy Light Screen and we'll hold on to it for then. You could buy all these other fancy, really powerful moves, but a lot of them have low accuracy, so I'm not really a big fan. So that's how that goes. And then there's one more thing for us to buy when we go through here in just a little bit, but we'll get there in a minute. First, let's go into the tower itself. And let's see how Ralts is doing just from walking around. Oh, almost 1 bar down. Cool. You might even get Reflect in a minute once we're walking around in here. Very quick little escalator they've got there, isn't it? What's going on, man? Okay, yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. Battle sims are mostly just like, it's less of an all-out brawl in most cases with battle sims. They're more of a, do this in a particular, moves in particular order and you win. Whereas Mount Battle is more of a knockout, drag-out brawl, so. And this is supposed to be a hint for you, by the way, there, ladies and gentlemen, and those of unspecified genders. If you do a non-stop 100 trainer run through Mount Battle, you do get a prize. So that's your hint from the developers to let you know that you should try it. If you do, there is a prize at the end of it for you, and it's pretty good, actually. So it's more for bragging rights than anything else, but it's still pretty good. Cool. I'm going to try them all out eventually. We won't be level 40 for a while yet, but now you know. And that's the main draw to Real Game Tower's minigames, is you can earn Poke Coupons inside of the Battle Bingo room here. And it's a lot easier to earn Poke Coupons here than it is to earn them at Mount Battle, so... You can get some pretty powerful TMs very early in the game if you really, like, try to grind it out with Battle Bingo to get to the best ones, the best boards early on, so... Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I was on TV at this point. I was at the Pokespots, yeah. Okay, I'm surprised you remember that. How? Wooed? What the hell, lady? Who the hell just says that to someone's face? Like, did your parents teach you no manners whatsoever? I got a bone to pick with you. Don't you try to walk away from me. What an asshole. Okay, so this is the battle CD room right here. So you chat with this lady, she'll let you go use the battle CDs, and then you can try the simulations. If you go over here... Oh, they didn't even buy them. They must have just grabbed them. I don't know why he said, oh, there goes my life savings. Maybe it was a joke. Oh, no, that was them. Okay. But yeah, so they don't have a whole lot of selection right now, but if you find them, you can use them yourself, so... And actually, I think this lady actually lets you, yeah, choose a battle CD from here, and then the other lady will turn on the simulation over there for you. Stick you in the matrix. There's a few battle CDs available right here. We'll buy them right now, and I think more of them become available once you beat these, so... But I just wanted to make sure I had enough money for these, and that was why I wanted to keep a little bit of change in my pocket, so... let's see. But yeah, once you've bought all of their stock, they will tell you that they haven't received any new ones, but once you beat the ones you just bought from them, they'll get some new stock, so yeah, that's how that works. Let's chat with this lady. Like I said, we won't be doing the battle CDs just yet. I'm going to wait until we have CDs 1 through 10 before we do the battle CDs, and we'll do all 10 of them on one stream, so... Among other things, obviously, there will be more to do, but yeah. But this will let you look at your entire collection for right now, so we need CD 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10, and then we'll be ready to go there, so... And yeah, battle CDs are a bit of fun. You can kind of consider them a prototype to Pokestar Studios in Black and White 2. They're basically strategy-based puzzle battles where you're given a Pokemon, and you're given an opponent, or several opponents, as it were, and you have to use your moves in the right order in order to knock out your opponent and win the battle. So, and some of them are pretty tough, actually. There's like 32 that are puzzles, and then there's like 18 that are more of a, here's a bunch of Pokemon, and here's a bunch of other Pokemon, usually legendary Pokemon in that case, and just use them to your heart's content and do whatever it takes to win. So, yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them quite a bit. Not as much as Battle Bingo, but I like them quite a bit. And yeah, that's your hint to look all over the place to find the battle CDs that you're missing, and there's quite a few in the region that we can find. We'll have to go looking around for them once I know where they all are. I'll look that up between this stream and the next one. Ah, okay, so we can't even challenge the Coliseum right now because they're doing maintenance work. It's probably for the best. Oh, really? Huh, where'd he go? Oh, hopefully not. The mayor doesn't show up anymore. People are being told that they're the 1 millionth visitor, even if they're not, and it's just kind of a bunch of bullshit. There's an Ultra Ball randomly sitting here in a chest. My sleuthing sense is tingling. Something ain't right here. Maybe when we go back to Fanac, we'll figure it out, but we probably won't be doing that for the rest of this stream, if I'm being honest. I'll be spending a bunch of time in this room alone, and then we'll be going back to purify our Pokemon, so... Here we go! Time for some Battle Bingo! Let's get some info first. Oh, that's a lot of info. Okay. Well, let's just get a little bit of a gist of what Battle Bingo is, and then I'll kind of explain the rest of it as we go here. I should be able to beat these first few cards today, even though I haven't looked up the strategies for them in a while. So, but they're not too hard from what I remember, so we should be okay. But yeah, so you get a 4x4 grid on a bingo card. And what you basically do is you turn over panels that exposes them one by one. You want to form lines to score a bingo. And once you've either flipped over all of the panels or you run out of moves, you get a payout of Poke Coupons based on how many lines you've gotten. If you get all 10, you've completely won that card. So let's check it out, shall we? There is a $500 fee to play Battle Bingo, though, so just keep that in mind when you're doing this. You're going to need a little bit of cash, but we've got a little bit, so that's okay. And for the moment, the first 3 cards should be available to play. Yeah, so we got the novice cards for right now. And we'll be doing these first before we do the other stuff. Like, we'll come back and do the battle CDs, and then we'll do the intermediate cards the next time we're here. Probably after Phaenax City, once we have all the first 10 battle CDs, so. Alright, but let's give this a shot. Let's try the first card, the Dragonair card. It's a simple card for learning the rules, so here's what the bingo cards look like. You've got grass, fire, and water panels to flip over, and also question mark panels. We'll get into those in just a minute. But first, let's play this bingo card, shall we? Alright, so what you want to do is you kind of want to start by looking for a section where you can complete, because you get 2 moves. Like you'll see there, Dragonair has 2 EP. Those are your movement points, so that allows you to flip over a panel by using one of those points. So you want to kind of look for a spot on the board where you can form a line by capturing something, because you've got a couple of Master Balls, and that allows you to catch some Pokemon while you're at it. So, also, you can get some information on the Pokemon that you have by pressing X. So, as it turns out, Dragonair has 1 move, as with all the Pokemon on the board. They have 1 move. In this case, it's Outrage. You also have Shed Skin as an ability, so that's not bad. I could probably start with either this question mark panel or this one, but once you flip over your first panel, you can only flip over panels that are adjacent to those panels, so just keep that in mind. It's a little bit tricky. So yeah, I could either start here and kind of get a water type and then beat this fire type with it, or start here, get a grass type, beat this water type with it, and go from there. I think we'll start here, actually, because this looks like it has a little more potential in terms of like what we can catch. Or I could start here and just go straight down the board and catch all my Pokemon for now, but that would mean this would have to be the 4th Master Ball. One of these question mark panels will always be a Master Ball, and the rest of them are EP, so we'll just see what we get from this one. Let's start here and see what we get. This is 2 EP. Okay, so I guess we'll give that to Dragonair for now. So yeah, for right now we can only give the EP to Dragonair, so it'll be fighting some things that it may not necessarily have the best advantage against, but it'll work okay for our purposes. And now we can pick which direction we go. But yeah, like I said, now you can only flip over ones that are adjacent to the ones that you just flipped over, so I think we'll start here, actually, with Dragonair. We'll see what this water type is, and I might go catch it. This is a Squirtle. Okay. Yeah, we could probably catch that. Usually the type that you'll see on the board there will be the type of move that they have, but not always, as you'll see soon enough. But let's capture this one and just see what Squirtle's got. It'll probably work okay for our purposes. Pretty much you just need it for type advantages against fire types, so probably work okay. Now, you can beat the whole board by only catching 3 Pokemon, but that's pretty tricky. Sometimes I usually prefer to try to catch all 4 if I can, so we'll see how that works in a little bit. But yeah, now we got 4 movement points because we caught a Pokemon, so now we can move in a different direction here. So I'll go to this fire panel, and we'll see what's underneath it with Squirtle, because if I need to beat it, I'll want Squirtle to beat it, so yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. It is a Cyndaquil. Okay, that's actually a good catch, too. Probably has Flamethrower, so... or Flame Wheel. Either way, probably is pretty useful. So let's grab her and take her with us. So now we can't catch anything until we find the next Master Ball, so we're going to have to look around for that, but we'll see what we can do about that. Alright, we got grass types adjacent to here. Cyndaquil can do stuff about that. I'm going to try to flip this over first, though, with Dragonair, just to see what we get. We could get another Master Ball, and that would be perfect, because then I could just go straight to the one of the grass-type panels and just catch something. But if it's not, okay, it's EP +1, that's fine. No big deal. Alright, so how do I want to do this? So, Squirtle can flip the fire panels. It's going to need a total of 3 EP for the rest of the board, because there's 3 more fire panels, so those are the ones I'm going to want Squirtle to do. Cyndaquil needs 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has 2. So I'll probably want to give it a free EP now, and then we can go from there. Yeah, we'll give it to Cyndaquil, that's fine. Each time you get a bingo, by the way, you'll get another EP for the Pokemon, and then you can distribute that out however you see fit, so... yeah, don't worry about it if you're running a little low on EP, it's okay, you'll be fine. Alright, actually don't want to flip that over just yet. I'd rather flip this fire one over with Squirtle, and then get up to the question mark that's up there, because that means that one up there is the Master Ball, so... and then we can use that to catch a Grass type. So let's do that. Okay, this one's a Torchic. That's not bad. Probably would have been a better capture than Cyndaquil, but that's okay. That might just be my preference for the Torchic line showing. It's pretty quick, so I guess that's part of the reason why it usually works out. Now, usually for these early cards, you don't have to worry too much about critical hits or anything like that, or statuses. Those can happen in these cards, but usually for the early cards, you don't have to worry about them too much. Sometimes on the later cards, things can get a little luck reliant, but it's not really something that it's that big of a deal, to be honest. So, all right, so we know that this will be the Master Ball. I can do that up with Dragonair, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now, just to get it out of the way. Because the Grass one that's down there, we can just do with Cyndaquil, and then we can go from there. And we'll do the Water one or something like that if we decide to catch this Grass type. Let's see what it is first, shall we? A Bulbasaur. Okay, so we've got a Squirtle, we've got a Cyndaquil. I kind of want to get Trico just to have like one from Gen 1, one from Gen 2, and one from Gen 3, so hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass here. So I'm going to knock this thing out. We'll just keep going with Cyndaquil until we find Trico. It's around here somewhere. And we got our first bingo. Nice. The bingo coupons that you see over there on the right side is the number of Poke coupons you'll get for clearing each one. So if we clear all 10, we'll get a total of 200. So that's pretty good. I don't think it's additive though, so I don't think it like adds up based on the things. I think if you get 4, you'll just get 10, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We'll see in a little bit. So, all right, so Cyndaquil needs... if I give it 1 EP now, I can just take out the rest of the grass things on the board, and then I can just give it to Squirtle on whichever grass type I catch, so Trico, I suppose. Or I can get another bingo on the left side by giving Squirtle 1 and just having Cyndaquil take care of the grass panel in the top left, and Squirtle take care of the fire panel up there. So I think I'll give that to Squirtle for now. It's not that strategic at the moment because you get plenty of EP, and the battles are pretty easy right now, but eventually you might need to get a little bit strategic with this, so we'll see. All right, but let's have Cyndaquil take care of this grass one. There's Trico. Okay, so we'll catch this guy. And then we'll go from there. It actually might be better on this board, though, to catch a slower grass type like Bulbasaur, because I believe the grass move on this board is Giga Drain. So having Trico go first in Giga Drain obviously won't be as effective as having something go slower and then Giga Drain, but you'll probably get an Overgrow bonus out of it if you get hit by something, so that's probably not too bad. Anyway, let's have Squirtle take care of this panel. We'll go take care of the water panels down there with Trico, and then we'll take care of the fire panel with Squirtle after that. So, let's see what this one is. Charmander. Okay, that would have been a pretty cool catch too, but Cyndaquil's fine. Alright, so let's blast this guy. We'll get flamethrowered, but that's okay. The water types on this board, the water starters really, are probably some of the slower ones on the board, but they can usually take hits pretty well, so it doesn't really matter too much. And they can dish out hits, as it turns out, so bye, Charmander. Okay, bingo! Another line. So now, Cyndaquil needs a total of 2 EP to finish its jobs on the board. Squirtle needs 1 more. And Trico needs a total of 4, so... well, we're going to hit the water one up over by the EP plus 2 next, I think. So... and then after that, we can go get the ones down on the bottom there. So we'll do water, water, that's Trico, 2 of them, and then Squirtle needs 1 for that fire one. So let's give that to Squirtle. And we'll go hit up these 3, and then we'll go up above these after that, so... alright, let's do this water one up, get some EP. What do we got under here? Totodile. Alright, cool. That I can handle. Let's just Giga Drain up. Probably have to do it a couple of times, but that's okay. Not quite as powerful as Surf, but apparently it didn't matter. That will work. Sorry, Totodile, but I can't afford to lose. There we go. Another bingo. That gets us another line, and that'll get us another EP. So you're good for the bottom part there. You're good for the bottom part there for now. Let's see. You're going to want one more for those grass ones, and then the rest I'm going to want to feed to Trico. So let me get more EP. If you have EP left over at the end, by the way, that'll just add to your score. So don't worry about it if you have a little left over. All right, so water one. Let's let Trico handle this one too. It's a Remoraid. Okay, this thing might have some interesting and different moves than what the other water types have, because sometimes you'll get an occasional wild card that has like some weird move. Like this thing might have Ice Beam, so let's try to knock it out before it does anything dumb. There we go. Easy as that. Probably not on this board, though. That probably just had a, yeah, it just had a water type move. See, it says move W there, so it had a water move. So it probably just had Surf or Bubble Beam or something like that, so. All right, Squirtle, you're up for this last fire one. There you go. So Vulpix, so we'll handle that with Squirtle. Probably get Flamethrowered at least once. No big deal. Alright, only a few more panels left to go. 4 more left. And Squirtle is done, basically, because we did all the fire ones. We also got 2 bingos at once there, because we made 2 lines, so that'll get us 2 EP. Cyndaquil has all the EP that she needs, so we got a few female starters in here. That's usually not that common. But Trico needs 2 in order to finish those water panels, so... And that should do us for the rest of the board, actually. So I guess we'll just clear these grass ones out first, and then after that we'll clear out the water ones. Here's a Roselia. Probably also has Giga Drain. It's probably got the most powerful Giga Drain on the board, thinking about it, though, because it has, like, base 100 special attacks, so that's not too bad. Hell, it might even survive a Flamethrower. So this might be, like, the hardest panel on the board. Which is cool. Some things are more difficult. Yeah, see, it survived, even. But that's okay. Oh, and we actually outsped it this time. Nice job, Cyndaquil. But yeah, Roselia is not too bad. It's just a little frail on the defensive side, so you gotta be a little careful with it for that. But it has some distinct advantages against, in particular, fighting types because of its additional poison typing if you're running up against a bunch of physical attacks, so. Alright, another grass one. Cyndaquil, this is your last hurrah. Take care of Chikorita, and then off we'll go. Take care of the water panels, and this entire board will be done. We'll get some Poke Coupons out of it. It'll be pretty good. It'll be glorious. That one-shotted, man. Guess I got used to not having it one-shot after Roselia. I figured Chikorita had a little more special defense, but it wasn't enough, apparently. Alright, got another bingo. It doesn't really matter who you give the points to at this point. I'm just going to give them to Trico in case for some godforsaken reason these water types kick my ass and we have to try again, so. I mean, I guess you give it to Dragonair. It has a neutral advantage offensively against everything here. It has Outrage, which will probably knock anything out in like 1 or 2 shots. And it takes not very effective damage from everything, so if all else fails, I guess you could just use Dragonair for this one. Okay, we got a Mudkip. Your mortal nemesis, Trico. Destroy her! Unfortunately, Mudkip doesn't have the additional ground typings that we can do more damage, but we didn't need it because Giga Drain one-shotted, so that's good. So there's an extra bingo, and we'll get the last 3 lines when we finish out that water one up in the top corner. And that'll be this panel, this board complete, this card complete. Here's a Poliwag, probably the fastest water type on the board. It might even outspeed Trico depending on how quick it is, but yeah, it did. Okay, so that'll mean Giga Drain will actually get some use this time. It's not very powerful though. I mean, I guess it's about as strong as any of the starters, maybe a little bit less, but I don't know. Not my favorite for this board. I didn't know where it was, and I probably would have caught it if it had been like early on in the board, but eh. And that takes care of that. Nothing to it. And that's the Dragonair card cleared. We flipped every panel. Perfect. So yeah, starts out a little bit easy, but once you get into some of the more advanced cards, it gets a little bit trickier. And also the rewards for these are well worth the effort that you put into this minigame, because it's like a 10 to 20 minute little puzzle that you do. Breaks up the gameplay a little bit, which I like. And it gets you some substantial rewards when it comes to Poke Coupons, especially if you can clear some of the special cards later on. You can get thousands of Poke Coupons from clearing a single card, which is nuts. That's like really a lot easier to do than doing battle mode and trying to get them 1,000 at a time, so. And yeah, for completing this while catching 4 Pokemon, we get 250 Poke Coupons. So that's not too bad. A little drop in the bucket for now, but that's okay. We also get some other rewards for clearing a card for the first time. In this case, we get 2 Ethers. So nothing too substantial, but again, it's a nice little reward for doing this little side quest with them. So that's cool. Let's do another one, shall we? This is all I have planned for the rest of the episode, to be honest, so, you know, hopefully you don't mind me just dicking around in Battle Bingo for a little bit. But yeah, we'll come back and do the Battle CDs later after we do these, so. Now you'll notice that you've got a purple star there, but it looks like there's room on the card for one other star. Keep that in mind for later, because later on in the game we might have a reason to come back and try to re-clear these, but obviously with a little bit more difficulty. We'll talk about that in a little while. Probably in the post-game will be the main time. But now we have a 3-type card for the next novice card. So we start with a Nidorino with poison-type attacks, and we gotta clear around the card. So let's see what we can do with this thing, shall we? Alright, now where do we want to start here? So this column over here looks pretty dope for Nidorino to just blast right through, but excuse me, we obviously have to catch at least one ground type and at least one grass type, so we have some advantages against the other Pokemon, because Nidorino will have an advantage against the grass types of the board. Hell, I might not even catch anything else after that with the 4th Master Ball. I might just keep those 3, because usually if you have a 3-type card, if you have all 3 of the types represented, you'll probably be okay. So I think I'll start here, because I can potentially catch a grass type or a ground type no matter which direction I go in, and poison types, well, we won't worry about those just yet, but we'll try to go like, I'm going to try to do this line first if I can, and just see what I can catch. So, alright, let's grab this panel first. It's EP +2. Okay, well, Nidorino could use the EP, so get through the grass types. And I think since that's EP +2, I might go this way first and kind of like go up this column, because there's 3 grass types and I have 3 EP to use for them, so it might be worthwhile to do it that way. Although I might want to go this way first, because then there's 2 ground types and I can catch something else that has an advantage. We'll see. Let me do this one first, though, because this is probably... It's either going to be my grass capture or Nidorino's just going to rock it, so let's see. To C-Dot. Yeah, I'm probably going to just knock that right out. C-Dot's... not great. I mean, it's probably got Giga Drain, but probably not that great. I'm going to need to catch something soon, though, because if I don't, Nidorino's going to run out of EP, and I'm not going to have any lines, so... Always be thinking about what you can catch as quickly as you can, so... Alright, so now how do I do this where I can get the bingo while also doing other stuff? I could get like one of these 2 ground types in the bottom thing and then get that question mark panel above them and potentially knock out some of the poison types too. I think I'll do that. Let's have Nidorino go do this just to see if I can... Well, that means I would have to catch it actually, so maybe I should go for this grass panel first just to see if it's something that's a little more worthwhile. Let's try it. Trico. Okay, that I can afford to catch, I think. It's a little bit stronger than C-Dot offensively, I think, so probably exactly the same as it was on the previous board. So let's catch it. There you go. Now I can go for those ground panels without having to worry about potentially getting knocked out or having to catch the first thing I see, you know. So. Alright, so now we'll do this ground panel, and then we'll do this ground panel, I think. And then we'll go for the grass panel up there with Nidorino to get a line, and then we'll do the ground panel to get Trico an EP. And we'll go from there. But we do have to catch one of these ground types, so let's just see if we can find a good one. What do we got under here? Onyx, okay. That's not bad. It is 4 times weak to Giga Drain, though, so it might not be a bad idea to just knock it right out. It's quick, so I guess that could be a good thing. It also has advantage against Poison types because of its massive defense stat. And to be fair, I won't be using an Onyx at all in this playthrough because it's not available here. I think I talked myself into it. Let's give it a shot, shall we? There we go. So there's our 3 for this board, and I think that'll be it, to be honest. We'll see if we can plow right through with Nidorino, Trico, and Onyx, because why the hell not? Okay, so we have a few EP to work with now, so that's good. Definitely want Nidorino to take care of this grass panel, though, so we can get an EP from getting a line. Alright, Tangela. That might be a little tricky because it's got high defense, but it should be okay. If not one hit, we'll knock it out in 2, and it definitely can't knock me out with whatever it has, so it's probably got Giga Drain. I like the freedom and the agency of these cards, though. It lets you kind of, at least for the beginning, you can pretty much do whatever you want and get away with it. So. And there's also a bit of strategy involved, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, where you're trying to do this with only using 3 of the 4 Pokemon that you can catch. So, yeah, like I said, a bit of strategy involved here. But a bit of agency as well, because you can kind of express yourself as a player by catching things that you think will work, and then trying it out. Because, I mean, it can't hurt. What's the worst that happens? You lose 500 Pokédollars? No big deal. Alright, so let's give this to Trico. So we can do this bottom line here. Onyx has 2 EP, so we could do some stuff with this poison stuff, but let's get this bottom panel first, or these bottom 2 panels done first, before we go anywhere. Alright, that's a Golem. That probably would have been the better capture between it and Onyx, but I think Trico can handle this. Let's find out. Oh yeah, easy. Sorry, Golem. Like I said, you probably would have been the better capture of the 2, but hey, I got an Onyx and I'm gonna use it. And we have 4 panels to flip over with Onyx, so... Alright, so let's finish this part out with Trico, and then we'll go from there. Alright, Sandshrew shouldn't be too big of a deal. I mean, it probably has Earthquake, but, you know... It probably won't take this very well, if at all. Yeah, there we go. Good job, Trico. Doing some work! I think the Trico we got on the last board was a male, though, wasn't it? Is this a female Trico? I didn't see. No, this is a male, so it could even be the same one as the last board. Alright, we got a bingo. Cool. So, well, we have, if we go straight up from here, we've got another question mark block. We could get EP or a Master Ball out of that. But if I do that, I'd want Onyx to flip one of the poison ones, and I'd want Trico to flip the ground one. So let's give Trico the EP. And then we'll just go straight up from here, and we'll see what this gives us. If not, we'll just go this way, and we'll get a line with Onyx, and then we'll go up from there. So, because now we can do any of these, and then just work our way up to the rest of the board. So, all right, let's see what this is. Let's see, flip it with Onyx, actually, because Trico needs that EP for the ground type up there, so. It is EP +1. Okay, well, that'll give us a head start on the rest of these. So, I'm going to give that to... So, the other one's the Master Ball, so I can flip that over at the end, I think. Onyx needs 4, Trico only needs that 1, and then Nidorino needs 2 to finish this up. So I guess we give this to Onyx so it can do some work. So, okay. And now we'll start using Onyx, shall we? Okay, Gulpin, that shouldn't be too bad. Onyx shouldn't have much of a problem with this. Got a little bit of low HP, but I mean, it's got Earthquake, so again, this should be pretty good. I'll try to use Pokemon in these Battle Bingo things, and I mean, in the Battle CDs, you get whatever you get, but I'll try to use ones in Battle Bingo that you won't normally get to use in the actual game, because that could be pretty useful. Yeah, see, no problem whatsoever. Take that like a champ, even if we get poisoned, I'm not worried about it. Because we'll knock out all the poison types on the board in 2 hits, even with Onix's lowish attack, so... Good job, Onix. Good work. Alright, let's finish this up. We'll let Trico take care of this one. And then we'll go from there. Phanpy. Okay. That has a lot of HP, so that might even live a Giga Drain, but I might be over-anticipating. Is Trico's female? Is it female in battle and male on the board? That's weird. Because it definitely, I think, said male on the board. And it's female in battle. Maybe it just changes. I guess it doesn't matter. It's just a simulation, so whatever. Well, we'll get a chance to actually get a little bit of HP back from that owl. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Trico. I guess that crit didn't work too well for you. If you white out here, you just lose the EP, by the way, so don't worry about that too much. It could be a bit of a problem, though, because now I would have to beat that Phanpy with Onix, and I definitely don't have the capacity to do that. Okay, so this is probably a wash, then, because we lost that battle against Phanpy because of the crit on Earthquake. Might be worth it to keep that in mind for the next time, because the board will stay the same each time you play it, so, like, the Pokemon will be in the same place each time, so maybe I'll catch a different grass type the next time we do it. And now we know where all the EP is, that should help us out a little bit even more. So... I'm going to flip this grass panel, actually, and see what it is before we go. I mean, Onix is going to die from this, but I won't be able to make a bingo anyway, because if I use... Well... I might be able to tough it out with Phanpy because Onix's defense is so massive. Phanpy has high attack, but I might be able to tough it out and get really lucky with Onix here. If I did, I'd still only get 1 EP back, though, and that wouldn't be enough to form another line. That's tricky. I'm going to try it. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. But yeah, I think this is a wash anyway, even if we get this clear, so... Alright, how bad do I do with Earthquake on a Phanpy? Okay, it's a 3-hit, so as long as I don't get 3-hit by the same move... Let's see what happens. I definitely do get 2-shotted, so yeah, this is a wash. That's fine. Give in! I give up! I'll try again when the meta is not trying to kill me. Yeah, so we're done, because we didn't have any EP left. Oh, there goes the spot monitor again. We'll go check that out. But let's at least try to finish this panel off, or this card off, now that I have a vendetta against it. Damn it, Phanpy. It's okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, so we know that there's EP, and there's a Golem over there, so probably want to keep that in mind. We know the Master Ball is in that top one there, so well, let's try it again. Alright, so we got Seedot, we got Trico, we got Tangela. We didn't see what these grass types are, but I know Golem is down here. So, I think I'm going to catch Golem this time, actually, because you don't get to catch that in the game normally, so. And then we'll go see what these grass types are after that. But let's start with this panel, because the EP plus 2 will pretty much set Nidorino up for the rest of the board, so... almost the rest of the board, I should say. Alright, so now let's go over here, we'll catch this Golem. Once you've done these once, it kind of becomes a little easier to form a strategy anyway, so if you lose, don't worry about it, because that failure state actually lets you see what everything is on the board, so then you can go pick and choose your favorites, or pick and choose the ones that are most effective, as it turns out, so... Yeah, there's that. So Okay, so we grab Golem. It's got Earthquake. It's got Sturdy. Also, Aaron that we got has Sturdy as well, but it doesn't work like it did in Gen 5. You don't get that... you don't get... Basically, if you get one-shotted by something, it doesn't keep you at 1 HP. It's only for, like, one-hit KO moves like Horn Drill or, you know, stuff to that effect, basically. It doesn't work for everything else. Alright, let's try this panel with Golem. I don't think we did this one last time, but it shouldn't be too bad. Ekans. Alright. Yeah, that should be pretty easy. For Golem to take care of. Even with the Sledge Bomb, we've got a resistance. It did a crit, and it still only did 10. Even if I get poisoned, it's okay. Because this should one-shot. Because Golem's attack is sky high. Goodbye, Ekans. Sorry, I do like you and Arbok as a Pokemon, but... just can't afford to lose at this point, can I? Alright, let's see if any of these grass types are any good. So let's take Nidorino up here and see what we can find. Venture into unknown territory against a Chikorita. Actually, I think that might work pretty okay. It has a little more defense than Trico does, so even if Phanpy gets a crit next time, it might still be able to live. And it's a little slower, so it might even be slow enough that it can just Giga Drain off the damage. We'll see. We'll try it. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now, from here, where do we go? We've got a Chikorita, so now we can do the ground panels. We only need it for 3 ground panels, though, so I might get Phanpy out of the way as quickly as I can just to get it done. So let's get this bingo while we're at it. Then we can go off and get, like, the EP, and we can move from there, so... yeah, let's do that. Sunkern. Okay, yeah, this will be easy. Nidorino, you got this in the bag. This thing is way weak. There we go. And easy as that. Gone and gone. I don't even need to wait for the HP bar to go down. I can tell you with a fact. There's no way Nidorino wouldn't have KO'd that. So. Okay, there's our bingo. For Chikorita to finish this up, she would need 3 EP total, but I don't think it's a good idea to give it to her yet. She's got 2 for those other panels there. Golem's got 1 for that, and then we can get EP plus 1 from that other question mark panel to the right of the line that we just got. So, I think I'm going to give this to Nidorino and just go take care of C-Dot with it, actually. And then we'll start working on the rest from there. Alright, so there's that. I think we might try the last card after this as well, just to see if we can get it done. And then we'll go to the Purify Chamber, I think, on the next one. And because by that point, once I'm done getting Ralts all done with its bar, then we'll be able to purify all of them in one fell swoop. And we'll go to the Poke Spot after we're done with all of that and see what it is. I'm not really too concerned about it at the moment, so... Alright, so let's let Chikorita take her debut against Sandshrew. Again, it probably shouldn't be too big of a deal, and Chikorita's got a little more defense, so... Even if it doesn't knock things out, it can probably take care of business. Alright, so that'll get us 1 EP. Excuse me. And let's see, how do we want to do this? So we definitely need the 1 for Chikorita for this right side line. And we need 1 for Golem. And I'm going to give it to... I'm going to give it to Chikorita, again, just in case of Phanpy somehow managing to give us bullshit. But that way Chikorita's all set up for the rest of the board, you know. So... Let's see, this will be EP plus 1. So, actually, you know what? Let's just get Phanpy out of the way right now, and then we can clear the rest of them out once I know that Chikorita's got this one done. So, that'll work out for us, I think. Okay, so this will be a 2-hit because probably Trico is a little stronger than Chikorita offensively anyway. So. Okay, there we go. We got better luck this time, that's good. Let's do another Giga Drain and bring this one home. And actually, if we go to that other poison panel that's down near the bottom left now, we can actually get another EP from a line from that, so maybe we'll go do that. There we go. Okay, so now we could do this poison one and then do the question mark one with the rest, and then we've got this poison one. So maybe I'll do that, and then we'll have the bottom part of the board cleared out, and then we'll just do the top left after that. Let's go into this poison one with Golem. I forget which one this was, but it wasn't too bad for Onyx, so it was Gulpin. Okay, yeah. We'll be able to handle that with Golem. No problem. Easy, easy. I'm even faster than it, even though I'm a big old rock. Alright, there we go. So we'll get EP +1 from the panel over here with Chikorita. And we'll give it to probably Nidorino. Because we're going to get actually a total of 2 EP because we got 1 from the panel and 1 from the bingo lines. Now we have 2 to distribute. And we need 1 for Golem to complete that line, and we need 1 for Nidorino to complete either the top line or the third line from here. We can do either one of them now with the both of these guys, so. I think we'll start down here, and we'll just kind of go up and around from here, basically. Like we'll flip over the Master Ball panel last because I don't need it. So, or at least I don't think I need it. We'll find out soon enough, won't we? Okay, that's a Grimer. That shouldn't be too bad. Take care of this bad boy, or bad girl, as it is. Get an EP out of this. And I think I'll give that to either Chikorita or Golem. Well, we know Nidorino can handle all the rest of the grass types on the board because we've already done it, so I guess I'll give it to Chikorita, actually, because we handled that ground type with Trico before, so we should be able to handle it without too many problems as well after this. Alright, grass type, enter Nidorino, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, when you're only doing this with 3 Pokemon, the EP gets a little bit on the sketchy side. It just takes a little bit to get there. But we'll get there. You have to get everything right on the first try if you do this with just 3 Pokemon, or else you're SOL. So we should be okay this time. Trico getting its revenge with that crit. Like, how dare you not use me? I could have done this if you had given me another chance. Sorry, Trico. You had your chance on the last card. You keep almost saying board or panel, interchanging everything. You know how it goes. Alright, so we got a bingo. That's good. Let's see here. I am going to give it to... So if we go to that ground panel up there and then the grass panel, we will get 1 bingo line. Which will give us 1 point. And then I'll give that to Golem. So, yeah, we'll do it that way. So let's give this to Nidorino so we can go up from here. Let Chikorita take care of this one. Nidorino can take care of the one up top. Golem can take care of the poison type, and then Bob's your uncle. Onyx, I'm back. Sorry about last time, but this time things are going to be a little bit worse for you, my friend. At least it'll give me an excuse to use Giga Drain, because I'll need the HP back, so that's cool. I'll take that, thank you. All of my soul back. Alright, and then finish this one up. Take care of Tangela with Nidorino. Tangela only has Mega Drain, so Nidorino should be able to handle this with no problems. And then we'll give Golem the EP. We'll take care of the poison part. We'll give somebody, it doesn't matter who, the EP at that point. We'll grab the Master Ball, and then off we'll go. See, on to the next board. Ooh, we even got a poison. That'll help a little bit. I guess it won't really make too much of a difference, though, because it won't KO it this turn, especially after getting that HP back. So, same result, basically. But that's alright. I believe if you use the bingo command there, you can actually double-check the board in battle. So it's almost like looking at your Pokemon, essentially. But, I don't know. I haven't personally used it. I don't think I've ever used it, to be honest, so... Alright, so we gotta give Golem the EP. We can take care of the poison type right there. And I don't know what this one is, but we're gonna find out right now. Seviper, okay. A worthy final challenger for Golem. Viper's probably one of the better poison types on the board. Probably the best, actually. Looking at the rest of them that are there. It's probably got the highest attack out of all of them to use Sludge Bomb effectively. Unfortunately, it dies to one ground type move, so, you know, that doesn't really work out too well for it. But you know how it goes. Alright, so there's our extra bingo. Let's give this to Nidorino. Since he was the one that started the board, we'll let him finish the board. And there you go. Cleared the board. We flipped every panel. Perfect. Yes, we have. We even did it without having any Master Ball, the extra Master Ball. We only caught 3 Pokemon. So that'll give us a little bit of a bonus. It's like usually about 10% of what the board would have given you. So, yeah, 330 Poke Coupons. Not too bad. A little extra. That also gets us a reward for completing the 3-type card for the first time. We get 2 more Ethers. So that's cool. You actually get enough to actually use them over the course of the game in this one, so that's not bad. I want to go check what's on the spot monitor, but I also don't want to leave here without finishing the next board. Well, whatever it is, it's still munching, so... Ideally, it won't just be Munchlax again, but that's okay. Excuse me. Actually, before I do the next one, I'm just going to save, because we haven't done that in a little while, so let me do that. Yeah, it's been almost a full hour, so definitely want to save now, just in case something... You never know. What if the power went out all of a sudden? That would suck. Okay, let's pay some more money and see what we have available for play. But yeah, so take my little experience with the 3-type card there as a reason why you may want to catch 4 Pokemon on all of these boards. You can do it with 3, but you only get 10% more coupons for it, so it's really not worth it on the early boards to do that much because you really don't get that much back out of it. And if you don't do it right the first time, aka if you get critical hitted or you get any other bullshit that happens, you're screwed! Okay, this is the 4-type card though, so this one I'm probably going to want to try to find the Master Ball if I can. So we got a Lotad. And that's probably good for the ground types, but we're going to need a ground type for the electric types, a flying type for the grass types, and a grass type for the... Well, we have a grass type for the ground types, I guess. So I guess the 4th type in that case is... Well, we got electric, ground, flying, and grass. Well, let's give it a shot, shall we? Alright, we know one of these is going to be the Master Ball. What do you have, Lotad? You have Giga Drain, which I guess can work okay for the ground types. I'm going to start here, I think. This seems like a good place. Well, it kind of pins me if I do this, because then I'm forced to basically say, okay, I have to catch one of these electric types, and it's got to be the one that I flip over first. So... Although it does give me options, because then I could catch a flying type instead if I go, you know, to the side or something. Whatever, I like danger. Let's try this. There's the Master Ball. Okay, cool. It's that out of the way real quick. So I want an electric type for these 2 flying types next to me. And I have to catch one of these, no matter what now. So, let's see, if I go this way, I know that both of those panels are EP up there now, so that helps a little bit. Let's go this way first, and I'm going to see what this is. I'm just going to catch it. It's probably fine. I mean, there's only 3 electric types on the board. It can't be that bad. It's a Magnemite. Okay, cool. That should help a little bit. Definitely not using it against the ground type cards, panels, but hey, Magnemite itself will probably help a little bit. probably got T-Bolt, and that'll be worthwhile. They don't fake you out with the moves just yet on these boards. On later boards, you'll catch Pokemon that don't have same type attack bonus moves, which is just no good. Oh, it has Spark. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we'll send Magnemite out for the flying one, and then, I mean, I guess, honestly, the ground ones, we could probably just use a flying type and slowly chip them down, but, I mean, you gotta be a little careful with that because they might be a rock ground type, so it might be better to just send Lotad in for that. So, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's send Magnemite in for this flying type. Farfetch'd. Not the best, but, you know, I might be able to make it work. I'm trying to think if I can get this done without catching it. What the hell, I'll catch Farfetch'd. It's fine. This board isn't that hard, especially if you catch all 4 of the Pokemon that are available, the 4 types that are available. So, alright, so now I would need a ground type for the electric type panel down here. And I don't have any power or EP for Lotad with which to use that, so let's flip this one over and see how many EP it is. Let's flip it with Farfetch'd because it's got a little more EP. That's EP plus 1, so that should work okay, because then Lotad can go after this ground type panel, and then we can get a bunch of EP, so we can go take care of the rest. I'll only really need whatever this ground type is for 2 panels, though, so it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so we'll let Lotad go in here, see what it is, and then we'll flip over the question mark panel after that. If this is something that's not really all that great, I might actually just knock it out. Oh, it's a Cubone. Okay, I can work with Cubone. Probably has Earthquake, so that will work for me. It only has to KO 2 things. Oh, it has Focus Punch. Okay, that's a little bit off the wall, but, well, I guess we've got it now, so no turning back. It's not like we got to worry about it getting hit by a bunch of electric-type moves. It can't take electric-type moves because it has no effect, so it's probably fine. Alright, so we'll get EP plus 2. Cubone only needs 2 EP, though, so we won't need to give that to anybody, to him, them. I don't know what their gender's going to be once we finish this up. Magnemite needs a little bit. Lotad definitely needs a couple of EP, though, for taking out those ground types there. So, let's see. Let's have Magnemite flip this one over. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get EP plus 2, and then plus 1 more because of the bingo line that we got, so that's good. We need to give Lotad a couple for those ground types. Let's do that. And then Cubone's got enough for the electric type, so now it's just a matter of Magnemite starting to work on the flying type. So let's give Magnemite back that EP. There we go. And then let's see what else we've got down here. So Lotad, why don't you try this one out? And we'll just work our way down from here, I guess. Okay, Sandshrew. That's fine. Lotad is pretty bad, but it should still be able to take out a Sandshrew. Especially with Giga Drain. And to be fair, Giga Drain will help here because I'm slower than the Sandshrew, so I can actually get my HP back. Ow! Well, even if this isn't one-hit KO, at least I'll live the next Earthquake. Probably. Okay, it did one-hit KO. Good. Good job, Lotad. Stick your tongue out at him. Make him feel embarrassed for dying to a Lotad. That's just silly. Okay. So, I could get a line from this if I have Cubone do this one, so I guess I'll do this now, just to get it out of the way. Voltorb! Alright. What do you got, Voltorb? Probably just Spark. And Cubone won't have to worry about that because, well, it's Focus Punching, but if your move is that, yeah, that won't break my focus, so. Here you go! Not bad. Not bad at all. It's no Earthquake, but hey, it'll do. Just as long as they don't have a move that can actually, like, affect Cubone, basically, then we're fine. Because if we lose our focus, obviously that battle won't work. So I think we'll do the last electric panel last, because that gives me more EP to work with in case Cubone bites the dust, so. Yeah, it is a good thing they all only have one move. Otherwise, this definitely wouldn't be working out. So... okay, so we have 3 flying types, and we have 3 grass types. So really, at this point, it's mainly going to be the Magnemite and Farfetch'd show. So, and Lotad's in pretty good shape at the moment, so I think I'm going to give this to Farfetch'd. You have Aerial Ace, right? Yeah, you do. Okay, so that should be pretty good for what our purposes are going to be. Let's have Magnemite take care of this flying type. I don't know what it is, but we're going to find out in just a moment. The Spearow. Okay. That would have been a pretty good flying type to have, actually. It's pretty quick. It's kind of frail, but it's pretty quick, and it probably knows Drill Peck, so we'll resist that right away. Okay, Aerial Ace, but that's still pretty good. We'll resist that easily thanks to our Electric and Steel typing, though, so... Magnemite's pretty good for this board because it resists basically everything that flying types could possibly do. Unless there's like a water flying type just hiding under one of those flying panels. Which is a possibility. Like maybe there's a Mantine. You never know. Alright, Farfetch'd, it's your show. Let's see what this grass type can do. It's a Cacnea. Okay. It probably has either Giga Drain or Needle Arm, one or the other. It's not very... doesn't have a whole lot of defense, though, so Farfetch'd might even be able to knock it out, yeah. That's good. Good job, Farfetch'd. Alright, now, so, we're gonna get that electric panel last, so we'll do the ground type there probably now just to get that part done. Like, we'll go down from ground to flying to grass, then back to flying, grass, and electric. So we'll go down and then back up. So if I'm gonna do that, I need Lotad for the ground type, I need Magnemite for the flying type, so I need EP there. And then I need Farfetch'd for the grass type, so, okay. So let's start from the top, and then head to the bottom, and then head back to the top. If that makes sense. Uh-oh, Fanpee's back for more revenge. Oh boy. Well, I'm slower than it, so at least Giga Drain will give me a little HP back. Ow! Lotad is taking a beating in this board, that's for sure. Oh well. We'll be able to live another Earthquake with that much HP. As long as it doesn't crit. Come on, Karma, don't fail me now. There you go. Yeah, Fanpy is out for blood. I should have recruited that thing for my Battle Bingo teams at some point. Because it seems like it's a pretty good Pokemon for these boards, all things considered. It's got a lot of HP, so it usually lives at least one, and then just blasts you. Oh boy. Well, that's the fun of Battle Bingo. Occasionally you'll just bite it because the luck of the draw will not be on your side. It's like playing the slots. Alright, so Magnemite and Farfetch'd both need 2. Cubone has the one that he needs for the rest of the board. So, let's see. We're doing Flying, then Grass, then Flying. So let's give Magnemite 1. So he's prepared. It's prepared. Doesn't have a gender. I should remember that. Doduo. That's not bad either. Pretty quick. Kind of like Spearow, although I think it might be a little bit better stat-wise than Spearow. So, it's got Aerial Ace like its friend. I always like Doduo's animations. They were so over the top. I think I mentioned it in Coliseum, but if you've ever seen Doduo or Dodrio's fly sprite, like when they use the move fly, it's fucking ridiculous because they have no wings. So they just flop their legs a whole bunch and they just float, basically. It's pretty great. Alright, Farfetch'd, clear this one out, and then we'll move to the next section. Execute. Alright. That should be okay, as long as it doesn't Psychic me, which it might. But we'll see. Giddy up, Farfetch'd. Beat that man's up. There you go. Got good defense, though. Okay, just Giga Drain. That's fine. I might only 3-hit KO it, but ow. But we should still win this battle of attrition. It depends on what roll I get here. I might get a high roll and then still 2-hit KO it. Yep, cool. Yeah, Execute's defense isn't too bad. It's a little slow, but that makes its Giga Drains worthwhile because then it can drain the HP that it lost back. So that's probably the grass type I would get if I knew what the hell was under these, and if I actually needed a grass type. Lotad takes care of that pretty easily. So, alright, so Magnemite's taking care of the flying one right there. Farfetch'd is taking care of that grass one, so we need the EP for you. And then Cubone can handle the electric one from there. So, alright, Magnemite, let's go. Pidgey. Okay. Probably one of the weaker flying types on the board, but that's okay. They all probably work, because, I mean, they're all up against grass types, right? So, like, they have all probably got enough power to get through them. Pidgey might have a little trouble with Execute, but you could just catch Execute in that case and then not worry about it, you know? So, and then in that case, I would, well, you might be a little hard-pressed for some of the fights, because then you'd have two grass types, but it's all up to you. However you make it through these Battle Bingo cards is your way of doing it, and if it works, you know? So, alright, we got 2 EP. I'm going to give one to Farfetch'd, just for safety, and one to Cubone, also just for safety. And then off we'll go. Because nobody else needs it at this point, so, yeah, C-Dot will be able to handle that with Farfetch'd, no big deal. And once we're done with these, we'll be done with the Novice boards. Now, unlike the Battle CDs, you can't actually collect all 50 of the Battle CDs as soon as you get the disc case, but unlike the Battle CDs, once you clear one line of boards for the Battle Bingo stuff, so like once we clear all 3 of the Novice boards, we'll unlock the Intermediate boards. And that's why this is so busted of a method of collecting Poke Coupons, because before you go back to Phaenax City, you could just unlock every single Battle Bingo board, including the special ones. There's one you can't unlock yet, but you'll get access to that one later. And you can unlock the special card that lets you get like 3,000 Poke Coupons per clear if you do it with only 3 Pokemon. So that's like 75% of a TM. It's nuts. Like a TM that you can buy from Mount Battle, so it's absolutely nuts, and I approve. I should have given one to Lotad just in case, because Cubone definitely doesn't need 3 tries at this. So, it's an Electabuzz. Okay, this could be a bit of a problem, depending on what move it has. We will see. Let's see what you got, Cubone. It is Shockwave. Okay, we got this then. You did it, Cubone! Now all I gotta do is get rid of all his HP. There you go. 2-hit. Focus Punch is really strong, though. It's like 150 base power. The only trade-off, of course, is that if they hit you with anything, you lose your focus and you can't use it. So this is one where you're going to want to use Substitute. And I believe that the Move Tutor lady gets access to Substitute a little later. I don't think she has it just yet, but yeah, it's there later. I got staticked, but at least I didn't get staticked at the beginning of the fight, so that would have been problematic. But we flipped every panel. We beat the 4-type card. We used all the Master Balls, so we'll get 250 for this one as well. Okay, that's not bad. So yeah, you get like 80 more for completing it with only 3 Pokemon. That one's a little tough with only 3, though. I don't think I've ever done it, but then again, I don't always do this minigame when I come here, so yeah. Alright, so that's the first 3 Battle Bingo boards. If we go in right now, well, let me show you this actually, because each time you play, you'll have to pay 500 bucks. But if you go into here without playing and you back out, she'll give it back to you, basically. But this will allow me to show you we have access, excuse me, to the next 3 boards, the regular boards. This is the Charmander card. We've got the Pikachu card. Man, that's a lot of different types. That's going to be a little bit of a problem because I don't even know how to start tackling that one. And then we've also got the Rock vs. Flying card. This one I do know how to tackle, but those flying types might be a little bit tough if they have moves other than flying moves for Sudowoodo to deal with. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, so see, she gives you back the 500 Poké-Dollars if you don't play. Thank you. So that's Battle Bingo. Like I said, it starts out pretty tame, but it gets very interesting and strategic as you go. So it's a pretty fun minigame, and like I said, it's probably my favorite minigame in the series. So, because it lets you do something not exactly similar to what you normally do when you're fighting, but it also breaks up the monotony of fighting a little bit. Even though you do fighting, it's more puzzle-oriented. It's more strategic. is the actual word. I don't know why I pronounced that so heavily, but, you know. Alright, how much of my food has this rock Pokespot eaten? Little Glutton has eaten 5 of my Pokesnacks. It's probably Munchlax, if I'm guessing correctly. Well, let's save just in case it is Trapinch for some reason. And after that, we will head over there, see what it is. We'll catch it if it is Trapinch, and then we'll... I'll head for the Pokemon Lab, and I'll save, and then we'll go from there. And so basically, next time we'll purify the Pokemon we have, we'll purify Ralts so that it's all done, and then we'll head back to Fanac. And we'll do the regular cards after we're done in Fanac, and we'll do the other battle CDs too. Once I find them. It's another Sandshrew. Okay. That's fine. I'll just knock it out. Ralts should have a new move at this point too, so let's check it out. Yeah, there's Reflect, so yep, it gets it right away, so then you can just give it Light Screen once it purifies, and it'll have some good stuff. I'm not sure if Ralts actually gets experience now that I'm thinking about it, before it gets down on a certain amount of purification, so I'm just gonna switch and then just knock this thing out with Mega Drain. As we saw last time, you can get Pokemon as low as, well, as we see now, you can get Pokemon as low as level 10 here in the wild areas. But I think they go up to, like, level 21 is their maximum level, if I recall correctly. If you want a Zubat for your team, I would suggest soft resetting to try to get a Zubat at level 21 if you can, because that's when it learns Wing Attack, and it's really not useful before that. It takes a lot of effort to train a Zubat before level 21, so... But if you can get one at 21, it has Wing Attack, and it evolves one level later, so then it'll be instantly a lot more useful because Golbat's stats are just much better than Zubat's are, so... Alright, well, I'm out of snacks, so I guess we'll just leave these where they are for now. And we'll head back to the lab. But will we be able to figure out what the hell is going on that's wrong in Phainax City? And will Cypher actually carry out their attack? Find out on the next episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the Stream Edition, which will be happening sometime early next week, probably Sunday or Monday, not sure yet which, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll post the schedule tomorrow about 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. when I usually do. And we'll go from there. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'll meet you right back in this spot on the next episode, which will be early next week, as I said. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Oh, and I'll have all my Pokemon ready to be purified that are not purified at the moment, because by the time I'm done raising Ralts, yeah, they'll be ready to go. So.